Ignat's corner, beyond Bent. Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises! It just had to be. Dack's corner and it goes. Glance towards goal! And Rovers have taken the lead! And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season. It may well be the goal that sends Rovers back into the Championship.
Hello Rovers fans, and it's match day. Welcome to our pre-match show, followed by the live watch-along on this very fine and increasingly milder Saturday afternoon. And tomorrow is a new day after whatever went on in midweek. I've forgotten about it now. Today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. We can just forget about midweek. We're here for the pre-match show. We've gone live slightly earlier today because the last 24 hours have been somewhat surprising and fairly chaotic on social media as the plans about the training centre landed. So we have gone live just to get some discussion on that. You can see I'm joined by Luke and by Joe again. Joe, how are you doing, mate?
Not so bad. It's been an interesting couple of days since we were last on the stream, but here we go.
That's it. Very, very interesting. And Luke, you and I are definitely the bad luck charm on these watch-alongs, and we're both being stubborn and refusing to move from them. So if it is another loss today, we might have to have words with each other. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, we shall not be moved. I brought me pain medication today, so get on it with us in the comments. I'm not condoning drinking alcohol, but sometimes Blackburn Rovers get for that. And a quick nod to Ryan Hildred, who's our Lincolnshire Glory supporter. I think you should pick a different team, mate, and you should be travelling, travelling to Plymouth away, covering all the miles you do. I think you're a pretty committed fan in my eyes. So,
and there's so much glory in supporting Rovers now, isn't there? So much glory.
It did make me chuckle. And Chris, I did spot you getting involved with the Nottingham Forest fans doing the replies and whatever. So appreciate your support, definitely. But absolutely, there's not much glory supporting Rovers at the moment, but that's good. Just a few of the niceties before we start then. Rovers fans, as you probably saw with On the Other Side last night, we do have Super Chat available on our live streams now. So if you did want to support the channel in any way, shape or form, we'll obviously be really grateful for that. Please do remember to put a comment on the Super Chat so that we can pick up your point and whatever. We will obviously pick those up and very gratefully receive those. But no one is under obligation to commit any funds or whatever, and we'll still pick up your comments as we usually do, because we do this for the fun and we do this to interact with you all. The other thing to say, as we did last week, please show us your setup for the watch-along today. This was pro-slated dog a few weeks ago when Luke and I did the QPR game. Send us a picture to rovers_chat and we'll retweet the best ones if you want to do that as well. So before we start, we'll just let you have our sponsor message from 6yardsout.com.
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.
6yardsout.com have been with us all season as we've done our exceptional growth on the channel. So as I say, we're really grateful to their support. So first things first order of the day before we do get into the training centre. The team news did land about 23 minutes ago, and I'll just bring it up on screen now. The big news is that Darragh Lenihan hasn't made it, and I think there were rumblings and rumours of that, and he hasn't. So we have got Harwood Bellis and Jared Branthwaite as our centre-back pairing today against the wily old character of Glenn Murray, as we can see for Nottingham Forest. Big team news for Nottingham Forest for me is the fact that Joe Lolley is sat firmly on that substitutes bench. I like that because he has got a knack of scoring against Rovers. So hopefully he stays there and we can get the job done without him. So, Joe, I'm going to come to you first if I can. Just instant reaction to that team news. Any areas of concern for you?
Instant reaction straight away. I'm looking at that midfield, completely different to what we've seen most of the time. Quite like the Travanport duo we won at Birmingham, like that. And I quite like Harvey Elliott in that role. We saw the goal that Adam Armstrong scored in the last game came from a ball from Elliott in those central spaces. So I think hopefully he'll be able to dictate tempo for us there. Front three, yeah, I do want to see Tyrese Dolan, but I massively disagree with some of the comments that we've had that Sam Gallagher was poor or the worst player in midweek. I thought he was our best player in midweek. So I don't think it would be fair to take him out the side. I think he worked quite hard and won a lot of headers. Adam Armstrong, captain, obviously sticks out. It's an interesting one. There were some rumours that it might be Trav. But again, fair play. I think he does carry the team, so you can understand why they've gone for that decision. Ben Brereton back in is probably one to note as well. Not had an amazing run of form and not had an amazing run in the team in terms of minutes either. But he'll get a chance today, and it'll be interesting to see how he does against his former side.
Yeah, well, and Luke, we saw the big change in formation on Wednesday night against Barnsley. We seem to have gone back to the 4-3-3 now with Elliott. We're thinking in that kind of free role in that midfield three. What's your reaction to this team news and the reversion back to the 4-3-3 formation?
Well, simple thing is I like it. It's where we've seen a lot of success this season. Certainly with Travis and Davenport. That little Travenport combo has been quite fantastic. We spoke a lot about double pivots and negative midfields, etc. I think these two, they give you everything that you sort of want from a double pivot in that you're breaking up play and you've got the defensive minded players, but they're much more than that. They're both footballers and they can both allow the team to get forward, get us on the break quickly, clever, intelligent footballers. So for me, I think that's important. Them two playing together is if we're going to do anything well in any games, I think they're a pairing that we need to stick with, in my opinion. Harvey Elliott, by having them two behind him, it gives him a little more freedom, and I actually like him in that pocket. Again, creativity. So we've got a little triangle there of very intelligent footballers that can hopefully allow us to get on the break and make things happen quickly. It's the dilly-dallying really that I'm not a big fan of. Sometimes, even in this formation, we've been pretty slow, not getting forward quickly enough, not breaking quickly enough, and when that happens, games just sort of peter out a little bit, and then we end up getting it on the sucker punch and ultimately losing games or seeing games out 0-0 in the latter stages. So for me, I'm happy that we've gone back to that. The only issue for me, really, and I think Joe touched on it, is the lack of experience in the defence. Great test for them two young lads today. We'll see absolutely what they're made of. But Glenmurray's, an experienced footballer. He's played at the highest level in the Premier League. He's scored goals at the highest level in the Premier League, and he scores goals in this division for fun. It'll be a tough test, but I think both players are more than capable. It'll just be very interesting to see Branthwaite without a real leader at the side of him. But I think Howard Bellis is more than capable footballer to sit in terms of talent. It's just experience that's maybe letting him down there, but there's only one way you gain experience. It's by playing football, and if you're good enough, you're old enough, in my opinion.
On Luke, sorry, Ryan, just on that inexperienced note, just as I was watching the highlights on iFollow there of the game that we lost at home, because people talk about that game being kind of the start of a difficult spell and us perhaps not being able to see out games. It was interesting to note that John Buckley and Luke Brennan ended the game for us there against a very experienced manager and an experienced side, and it definitely is worrying that when you're playing young players against these experienced players, you can concede easy goals. So that defensive partnership does fit that mould, which isn't great news.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I agree, and it's just good that, like Ryan said earlier, not having Joel Ollie in that squad, because he is a bit of a thorn in our side, but they've got talent in there with Knockout and Garner as well, so it's going to be a tough test for them boys today, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at this side today. It is a very young side, isn't it? And in terms of leaders on the pitch and things like that, and people that Mowbray can rely on, to go and get the result when we're playing like we are. You know, it is a real shame that he's got the likes of Dak and Bennett and Evans and Douglas, Downing, you know, they're all on the bench. So it's going to need these lads to dig in today. And I just really, really hope that Amari Bell is not some kind of scapegoat today. I really hope he isn't. Yes, I would have preferred to have seen Barry Douglas there, particularly to be guiding and coaching Harwood Bellis and Branthwaite. But he's not there. So, you know, let's try and just hope he has a good performance today. But I can see it a mile off now. If Forest start having joy down that right-hand side today, he's going to get pelters, isn't he? So I hope we avoid that, because looking at that side overall, possibly is Sam Gallagher the oldest? Maybe
Kaminsky in the comments, yeah.
And then Bell as well at 20.
So it's a young side, that one. So hopefully they can dig in from Mowbray, as I say. I'll just dip into the comments before we move on. So Joe, with what you said about Gallagher, there was certainly some support there. Matthew, the agenda against Gallagher is nonsensical. Scotty, remember Gallagher is playing out of position. And then Alex, Gallagher was the only player that looked like he was trying in the week. Agree that this criticism is unfair. And then, you know, we've glossed over it really, but Bradley Dack isn't starting and he is our talisman, and FM agreeing that it's a good call not to start Dack. I think where I'm at with Bradley Dack, I think we're probably not going to see peak Bradley Dack until next season. You know, these are professional footballers that are used to the cycle of how they train, how they have their pre-season, etc., etc. And Dack's just playing catch up, isn't he? Not just the last 13 months, but the way that this season has been so disjointed. So it is probably just going to be a bit in and out for Bradley Dack this season. So we'll move on then. As I say, the main reason why we've gone live earlier is the real, the real surprising stuff over the last 24 hours. Thankfully now backed up by a statement from the club. So for those of you that haven't seen it, there is a statement on the Rovers website now called Club Update Building for the Future, which I'm just looking at here. And it's essentially a plan that Rovers now have in place to redevelop our training facility, which will include demolition of the current senior training centre and a bringing together of the junior training centre on that site over there. Joe, I'm going to come to you first because I know you've got some opinions about this and I know you've got some graphics as well. Yeah. But I think, was the reaction last night, because, you know, as fans, we've gone through a journey, haven't we, with Venky's over the last 10 years. And the first few years of that journey were horrible, frankly horrible in terms of how that ended up. We're in a position now where things feel more settled, but maybe the fans don't quite trust Venky's fully at this moment in time. So was it the fact that we, inverted commas, found out about this stuff via the planning authority website rather than this type of communication from the club? You know, what's your views on it?
Yeah, I think whenever things are found out in that way, people are going to have a lack of trust, and people have already got a lack of trust anyway. So it's perfectly understandable. I think some of the tinfoil hat theories are a little bit nonsensical. Some of the things that people have been coming out with, I mean, it's like, it's just over the top and unreasonable. I can understand cynicism and being untrusting of the owners, but the idea that there's some big long-term plan and that it's Venky's selling off assets because they're going to leave, or it's somehow to do with Mark Venus, you know, the assistant manager of the first team. I don't buy into all of those theories, really. I think it's all just a little bit scaremongery for me. I understand where it comes from, but on a personal level, I just can't get on board with that. You know, obviously the club statement is well worded and very PR-y, and they've taken a day to really think about what they want to say. And obviously they're going to try and imply that it's amazing. And then you've got some people, because of their feelings about the owners, that are going to say how shocking it is and how it's a stamp on Jack Walker's legacy. And I think the reality is that it's somewhere in the middle. There is probably some financial benefit and footballing benefit to doing it. Yes, perhaps they should have communicated. Well, they should have communicated better. But yes, perhaps there may be some cons to it. But I think everybody seems to be in these very extreme positive and negative camps, all of which without really the full information. And I think the reason the club hadn't said anything is because there's nothing to say. What they've sought is a screening opinion. they haven't got plans, they haven't got blueprints, they haven't got an animated video to show us. So what's there to say? You know, in hindsight, maybe they should have said something, but until there are plans in place, we can't say whether it's going to be great or whether it's going to be shocking and you know, and ruining the legacy of the Walkers. And you know, I think it's all very extreme, and it comes from a place of hurt over the years, and I understand it, but I think people need to just relax a little. And I know that we're Rovers fans and that's difficult, but yeah, so it does feel a little bit like scaremongering to me.
And Joe, I'm going to come back to you once I've been to Luke, because, you know, you're really good with graphical stuff and you've prepared a few things for us about how this might look in the absence of those plans. So we'll come to you in a moment. But Luke, you know, I'm going to come to you. As Joe says, yes, it's a very PR statement, isn't it? There's lots of nice words in there. But actually, if we just simplify this a little bit, the principle of locating our fantastic Category 1 academy with the senior players and getting that integration across all age groups. England have done it with St George's Park, and we're starting to see some real benefits through the age groups. On paper, this looks like a really good idea to do, doesn't it? If we really do want to have youngsters that are coming through that academy and ready for the first team. So, you know, as a basic concept, and if you take away the selling 170 homes and whether Venky's will pocket any of the money or whatever, if we just strip all of that back, actually the concept of this is really positive, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is, in my opinion. I mean, we're a Category 1 academy. The club and the owners have made no secret of the fact they want to keep us a Category 1 academy, and this is something that will take us in that direction. If you know, if it's to be believed what the club have come out with and said today. Get everything in one place. You know, if both sites aren't being used to the full capacity, then why would we not have everything in one place? Why would we not have, you know, the coaching structure completely rejigged, have the academy players, you know, playing close to her alongside, you know, senior pros and fast tracking development, etc., etc. Look, in my opinion, yes, there's two ways you could look at all this, and you could look at the past few games and you know, attitudes and perhaps demeanours of certain characters and things, and you could, you know, use the argument to say something's going on behind the scenes perhaps, and something's not quite rosy, or you could look at it in the sense that the club haven't said anything for the exact reason that Joe said. It is, you know, something's got to start somewhere. You can't just come up with some kind of idea and, you know, start then telling the fans that when it's a non-starter. If it was an absolute non-starter, then, you know, we've just got the fans' backs up for absolutely no reason. It was a state-of-the-art facility 30 years ago, and unfortunately in life, things need to change and things need to develop. And you look at, you know, it's just been said then, and I was going to say the exact same thing in the comments, the Ajax model and things like that we're likening it to. Liverpool have all their you know, club and academy stuff on one site. So to me, it makes sense. And like you said, it's difficult and it's hard for Rovers fans to envisage that the Venky's might actually have the club's best interests at heart, because 10 years ago and you know, moving on from that a couple of years to the relegations and the, you know, the complete indecision and poor management choices and just downright, you know, disgraceful decisions really in the end that led us to some real sour taste in our mouth. And unfortunately for some Rovers fans, it's hard to believe that the Venky's actually, the heart is in the right place and they were just poorly advised. And we've seen that over the past 4 years. And, you know, call me a happy clapper or fire pelters at me, but there's nothing in the past few, you know, seasons or certainly recently that makes me think that I have to doubt these owners or you know, doubt their intentions, because in my opinion, if they wanted to leave, they've had ample opportunity to, you know, take the money and cut the losses, because really we're costing them money. So I think they're standing by us and putting money into this club, and they want the best for Blackburn Rovers. So yeah, as it stands now, without seeing the plans and without, you know, delving into this any further, because we just can't say for sure, but on paper and by what they've said, it looks a positive move.
And before I hand you the virtual reins, Joe, just to show us, you know, some of the stuff about how you think it could work, you know, just in the interest of balance, I understand why some fans have reacted this way. You know, in our private chat earlier on this morning, I did say to all of you that I still have that fear that one day I'll wake up and Venky's are going to go. And I am really scared about how reliant we are on the club. So I can understand the reaction of fans. I can understand why people have reacted in this way, because it still hurts what happened 10 years ago. And I know that some fans have still stayed away. So I get that. But I think you're absolutely spot on, Luke. You know, I've not seen anything recently, particularly in Company's House, to suggest that they are going to walk away. And I actually think the investment in the academy, and let's not forget, in an area of the country where there's no shortage of Category 1 academies, they are still back in that academy. So I see this as a really, really positive show of intent, and I can see all the benefits of it. But yes, the proof is going to be in the detail. The proof is going to be in what comes out of those plans, which Joe will show us in a moment. But just before I do, Joe, I'm just going to go into the comments really quickly, because we've had quite a few. So teammates,
there's one I want to pick up on and just fact check, because I find it so frustrating. There's a comment there: 15% pass success rate for Sam Gallagher midweek. I just checked that, and that is just so far from the truth. We're talking 4 times that, in the high 50s. I mean, if you don't like him, fine, but let's not. Anyway, sorry, I just find that frustrating. I really do. I'm sorry.
That's fine. We can show us the plans for the training centre in a moment, but I'm just going to gauge the reaction from the Rovers viewers watching today. So, T Mason, if we'd won the last 3 games, the reaction would have been a lot less extreme. I said exactly that in our private chat earlier, T Mason. If we were in the playoffs, then I absolutely think that would have, you know, it would have been less. I think the club have possibly just been a bit naive, and maybe it's been a bit of an oversight that actually, as a planning application process, this stuff is in the public domain and it is searchable. And Rovers fans who, you know, aren't convinced on this ownership are certainly going to find that information. So I think it's certainly an oversight, and I'm really pleased at the statement that's now come out, because now we can get behind that.
That was the main thing. It just needed to come out and just put everything to bed, really. And
that's it. David Park, overreaction definitely linked to the poor results and run of form for me. Parky, this is a good thing for me. FM works, it's future ambition, which is good. Leap year man in agreement that the academy players can easily mix. You know, this isn't just the stuff on the training pitch, is it? It's just the surroundings that, you know, when you are training with the under-18s and Mowbray or the future manager taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, you're with the first team now. It's the same dressing rooms. It's the same car park. It's the same canteen. All of that stuff helps. So I think it's great.
Ryan, it's worth taking a quick nod as well to the podcast that got released yesterday with Jared Horlock, and he just says much the same thing of the fast tracking the development and how, you know, good it is to be around Blackburn Rovers, having come from Liverpool. So it's worth saying that as well. So give that a watch if no one has. Yeah,
definitely. It's a cracking interview with him, isn't it? Gareth, Brockall no longer fit for purpose. New facilities make sense. Callum as well, backing up that point that it needed a major overhaul. And then Chris, these new plans could take us to a much higher level of coaching. So Joe, in your graphical brain and graphical mind, show us, you know, you've been looking at satellite imagery. You've been looking at what it could look like. Just talk us through some of the stuff.
Yeah, because I saw some comments which said, oh, we're downsizing. But I just want to show people, just if you're not aware, this is Brockall Village. So the bottom circle there is the current senior training centre, and up at the top there, you've got the academy centre or the junior training centre, whatever they refer to it as. You know, in terms of actual land size, the academy centre is much larger. Over the years, throughout different periods, the senior team have trained at both locations. And yeah, in terms of actual, you know, square footage, the academy site is larger. And just to kind of show you, this is the senior training centre from above. And that's the kind of size that you're talking about. And you can kind of see that on the map down here. You can see that you're talking the same size or more up at the academy centre. Just so I can plot that for people, that's kind of what you're looking at in terms of pitch space up at the JTC and facilities versus larger facilities at the STC at the minute with a lot less pitch space. So the plans are that the STC will become a housing development sold to presumably a property developer for a certain amount of money, and then funds will be reinvested to increase the size of facilities and have a merged STC and JTC up at the top, up there. So just for those who are worried that this might be a downsize, as you can see, very similar, if not a larger plot of land up there at the academy. So more than plausible to be done if done correctly. But time will tell as to whether as to whether those plans are amazing like they say they are.
I love that, Joe. You've really, it just really helps clarify what it looks like. And as you say, there is a lot of stuff that was going out on social media yesterday. So for those of you that hadn't seen that type of imagery before, I hope it's helped you understand what this could look like. Luke, I'm going to ask you something else as well. Another part of the annoyance is the fact that we might sell the STC and it might become a housing development and it might generate revenue for 𝐕𝐃𝐄𝐎 or whoever or the club. But again, we need to wear a realistic hat here, don't we? We're 100-odd million debt, which is owed to the 𝐕𝐃𝐄𝐎s. None of us have been at a football game for the last year, and there's no cash flow going through that club. We've just given Bradley Dack a new 3-year contract. We're probably going to do everything we can to keep Adam Armstrong, and who knows whatever potential sale or where that money might go. Sam Gallagher ain't on a small contract either, and there's all the general running costs of the club as well, and the fact that the pitch needs replacing because of how it's been cut up. These are all costs at the club at the moment that have to be paid for somehow. So if that senior training centre land is sold for 170 homes and the money does go into the club or into 𝐕𝐃𝐄𝐎s or whatever, have you got a problem with that?
No, I mean, that's the short answer, isn't it? You summed it all up perfectly then. I mean, it's not Football Manager, it's not Champ Manager. I mean, I used to play Champ Manager 02, 03, great game, by the way, quality. And it was, even then, you want to buy, the best players, this and that. Our manager of Man United, ad manager, get them to buy Laurent Blanc for 20 million, bang, you've got it in the pocket. Life ain't like that. Money doesn't grow on trees, unfortunately. Like, we're not, a big commercial football club. We're not raking in, all this cash. We're going into debt year on year, and 𝐕𝐃𝐄𝐎s are footing that bill. If there's the opportunity to sell some of the assets at the training ground, but that opportunity allows us, to move into a positive redevelopment by using that money wisely and being sensible, then that could only possibly be a good thing. It's like having a house with so many rooms, you're not using the rooms, why wouldn't you, rent them rooms out, for example, or get more people in? And that's the exact thing about it. We've got two massive sites where we're not using all the land. They're not fit for purpose as such. We could absolutely, merge the two sites, make it a super training facility where we can really concentrate then on the Category 1 Academy, because that's the other thing to nod to is, the Cat 1 Academy, that don't come easy. That's not something that, we can just sign a piece of paper and be a Cat 1 Academy every year. There's certain boxes that you need to tick. There's certain criteria that we need to meet. And unfortunately, like we've said in the comments a few times, it isn't really fit for purpose now. It was fit for purpose as a state-of-the-art facility 30 years ago. And that's not saying that Jack Walker's legacy can't live on, because it absolutely can in this Category 1 Academy that we're, very proud as a football club to hold on to.
Luke, sorry, just on this note as well, I don't know if there's been a comment on here about it, but something else I saw on Twitter, somebody said, well, why don't they sell off the academy land, build houses up there and just, update the facilities down at the STC, which is a great question.
Yeah.
But one response that I did see that kind of explained that, and Ryan, you might have some insight on this with your kind of knowledge of planning permission and stuff, but with the senior training centre being well connected to the main roads, the likelihood is that will be more successful in an application for housing than the academy, which is kind of not down a dirt track, but a little bit more down a dirt track and out of the way. I don't know if you've got any insight on that, Ryan.
No real insight, but just kind of, my knowledge of the process. Yeah, they'll want a main road for the access of the vehicles. They'll want a main road for things like public transport, and all housing developments now have to have things like access to green spaces and things like that. So it's that wider connectivity. So, it makes sense that senior training centre location that you showed, it's more in the heart of the village, isn't it? And it's going to allow those things to happen. Also, that junior one is more on the edge of the village, and it will be like Brock Hall sprawling out into the countryside as well, which the planners might not like.
It's as well, I mean, we are talking about things in its absolute infancy here. So these are just ideas being thrown around, like, cheaper land could be bought somewhere else. We could end up, building this super facility somewhere away from Brockhall completely, perhaps, and perhaps selling off both sites and allowing developers to to build on both sites and making this new super site. Whether that's
there as well, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, absolutely. But whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, who knows? But it is in its infancy, and if it's at the back of whoever's making these decisions, at the back of the heads of those guys, that they are looking at the Category 1 academy and the future of the club, we shouldn't be too disheartened about that. That's a good thing. I think what people are disheartened about is the communications. But again, when something's in its infancy, we can't have a divine right as fans. Yes, we want to. I want to know everything that's going on in my football club. I love my football club. Been a Blackburn Rovers fan for 28 years since the day I was born. So, of course, we want to know. We want to keep up to speed. But it's not our football. It's not a fan-run club. Like, we don't make those decisions, unfortunately. And there's certain things that we won't find out until it becomes a reality, I guess. And that's just the reality of it.
And Joe, just really quickly before we move on, just to again provide balance into this discussion, I think there is the emotional part of this playing on people's minds as well, because Jack Walker built the senior training centre. It's a link to him, so I understand the emotional connection. And also there's the fact that he absolutely wanted Brockhall to guarantee our future with an academy, etc., etc. So the key now for the club, isn't it? These plans have absolutely got to illustrate how the training centre and the junior training centre are going to combine and protect Jack's legacy. Yeah. Absolutely got to deliver that now, hasn't it?
Yeah, and what people have got to understand, when people use the term Brockhall, I mean, this is Brockhall. The whole thing, that's Brockhall village. So Brockhall is just the generic, banded term for both sites. So, when the academy are playing at home, it'll say Brockhall, but it's actually at the academy site. So, yes, he built on Brockhall, but we're still in Brockhall. We're very lucky, really, because, you look at Liverpool's move, you're talking about moving 5 miles to the other side of the city. And, that's a big move. And the distribution costs of doing that and taking all your gym equipment and all your facilities. And, Rovers are talking about moving 2 minutes up the road, 5 minutes if you walk it. So, it's nothing. And really, as Callum alluded to, there's a lot more space there for further expansion in the future. And in general, yes, I understand why the Jack Walker side of things would worry people, but we're not moving far. We're moving 2 minutes away, and both sites have been, have always been there for a long time. So,
yeah. We're just under 10 minutes from kickoff, so we've just got 2 short things that we'll just cover now before we gear up towards the watch along. So in a moment, Joe, you've got some stats about Nottingham Forest that you can share to us. But Luke, I'll just ask you this one. Mowbray's under huge pressure, and he cut a very dejected figure after that Barnsley game. If we were to lose today, and it was 4 defeats on the spin, what sort of pressure is he going to be under? Do you think, what's your thoughts on him?
Huge pressure, absolutely huge pressure. And you can see the huge pressure resting on his shoulders now. He loves the club, he wants the club to do well, of course. But, there's been rumblings and there's been this this sort of almost a lack of harmony creeping in, which I don't like to see. Then again, you've got Mowbray coming to the defence of Nyambe in midweek, and you see him back on the team sheet now. So, I mean, it's balancing itself out. But, yeah, he's a man under huge pressure. It's difficult to say because, it's heart and head. Do we really think that if Mowbray left now, anything had changed drastically? Who knows? We've had this dip in form and, this roller coaster over the season where we've hit some form and then go on losing runs. Something hasn't felt quite right about this run that we've been on, and it needs nipping in the bud. It's quite worrying. You can't sit here and put too much of a positive spin on it because we've lost 3 games on the trot, and it's not particularly the losing that's the problem. It's the attitude in which we've lost the games and the way that we've set up and the reaction to going down, or the reaction to not scoring a goal of the lack of plan, so to speak. So it's very difficult.
And just picking up Peter's comment just really quickly here, Luke, do you think he does seem down? Do you think he is appearing at the moment?
Yeah, he's like he appears to me like a dad that's gone to a parents' evening and his kid's not doing too well at school and he's just disappointed and has no sort of plan or route out of it and no idea of how to book the ideas up. So it is. I think he's invested totally emotionally in this, and I think obviously he wants to turn it around. Of course he does. It's his job, as well as somewhere that he's spent 4 years in trying to build. So of course he does, and of course he's going to feel it emotionally. So I think we just need to turn it around now because it's affecting everyone in the fan base as well. We know that. We can see that. You only need to read comments on Twitter. So.
Yeah, Joe, I've got to bring up this super chat. You're not gonna like.
It's fine. I'll agree with it. For the money, he's crap. I don't mind.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you for the donation. Obviously, we'll gratefully receive that. The comment, obviously, we're not going to agree with. We love Sam Gallagher as a Rovers.
Gallagher, really score a goal for me.
If he scores today, then that is just going to be absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? So
I'll tell you what, I'll match the 50 if he gets a goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's going to do it. So Joe, just really quickly then, just 5 or so minutes till kickoff. I'm going to hand you those virtual reins back. You've got some stats on Nottingham Forest, haven't you?
Well, obviously we had a lot of debate. We played 5 at the back, 3 at the back against Barnsley. So I've just done a little bit of delving into Forest's last 10 fixtures, and it's really good because 5 of their games they've played 5 at the back, and 5 of those games they've played against 4 at the back. So this is their results against 3 at the back formations: a loss against Swansea, a draw against Barnsley, a loss against Swansea again, 1 win over Millwall, and then a draw against Stoke. And you can see that their record against 4 at the back in the last 10 games, 4 wins and a draw. So teams that play 3 or 5 at the back against Forest usually come away with at least a point, if not 3. Teams that play 4 basically lose, apart from 1 team. So, not to put everybody on a downer before we start today, but the statistics aren't reading amazingly over the last 10 games.
Awesome. Sorry, I was just distracted by something on my phone there. So Rovers fans, we are 4 or so minutes from kickoff now, and the players will be joining us in a moment. So if you're going to stick around for the watch along and you've not done it before, Luke, Joe and myself, we will sync up our streams so that we're all following the game at the same time.
Have you seen that comment there? If Sam scores, he'll do 100.
Top man.
Wow.
Oh, has he? I've not seen that. There he is. Look.
Brilliant.
I love Sam. If he scores today, I'll do 100. There we go. Awesome. Brilliant. Thank you, Forest City.
Come on, Sam.
Gallagher, say you some Gallagher.
And so if you've not done the watch along before, the 3 of us will sync up our stream. We'll probably pause for about 10 seconds because it is slightly delayed on the stream over YouTube and everything anyway. So if you want to watch the game live, inverted commas, with us, we'll pause and then we'll go again. Everything is open as it usually is. The comments, the super chat, all of that stuff. Please do interact with us. We'll pick up your comments and your views through the show. Do let us know if you're not watching the game, because I will do some description of the action for you, just so that you can see what's going on and things like that. You're not getting John Motson. You're getting Ryan Hildred on a Saturday, so that's all you're getting. But I will give you a bit of description if you do need it, so you can follow what's going on. And the final thing to say is we will have the fans wall going before each of our streams with the super chat. So yesterday, FM Works did a very kind donation to us on the other side. So FM, we want to say thank you if you're still there. Thank you for that really kind donation. Forest City, you will find yourself on the fans wall for the next stream. So thank you for your kind donation on the basis of Sam Gallagher today.
If anyone else has a point they want to prove, and feel free. We'll happily have the debate if that's how it's going to
end. So we're just waiting for the players to arrive now. So whilst we're doing that, we'll do some quick score predictions. So Rovers fans, hit us in the comments with your score prediction for today. Luke, I'm going to start with you, and you can also answer Andy's question about the flag as well. So tell us about your flag and also what your score prediction is.
Right, I've already apologised for this, and so I will apologise again. Unfortunately, when I purchased my house prices in Burnley were very, very favourable. So I live in a BB12 postcode. So I was going to get a Rovers flag. My brother kindly gifted me a flag, and he decided that he didn't want me to get my my windows smashed and etc. etc. So we made a compromise with a blue and white Union Jack. So there we go.
Awesome. And your score prediction?
Right, I maybe found this at the bottom of my first can of Strongbow dark fruits, but I'm gonna go 1-4 Blackburn Rovers. The playing surface looks nice.
Wow.
Travanport pulling the strings, Harvey Elliott, in that pocket. Adam Armstrong leading the line as skip, and why not? Come on, positivity. It's been a shocker. Been 3 games on the bounce where we've had to sit through this. It's going to be a good one. There's going to be scenes. There's going to be tables flipped.
So say that again, just so we can get that on record.
4-1. Rovers.
Fantastic. Joe, before I come to you, we've had another super chat. Michael, thanks ever so much. He's readdressing the Gallagher balance, lest we forget Gaffu. I think it was it you that christened him Gaffu? I think it was Michael. Thanks ever so much for that donation as well, mate. You've been on all of our streams. I know you're a really, really loyal viewer of the show. So thanks ever so much for that. We really appreciate your support. And for christening Gaffu, I think it was you. I think it was. Joe, what's your score prediction?
I'm going to give you my really neutral 2-2 score prediction and then nip for my pre-match wee. I've gone for Armstrong and Elliott. I think Elliott will have a good game today, but they're about to kick off soon, so I'm going to quickly nip off and you can do yours, Ryan.
Joe's gone. Here we go. He's gone. I'm going 1-1. I do look, honestly, Luke, I do thrive off your positivity. It's just those stats that Joe brought up about us against Forest, when they play against 4 at the back and just the form we're in and all of that stuff. But I really want to be proved wrong, of course. But I'm saying 1-0. I said Elliott to score. I also said Lolly to score, but he's on the bench. I'm just going to run through these predictions very quickly that we've had, though. I need to just scroll up.
I can't, to be fair, I can't see us not conceding today with Glenn Murray against them too. So,
yeah. So I'm just looking here. John, I did see that on the news, actually, about this Facebook ban in Australia. So Rovers Chat were currently taken down in Australia because of the Facebook ban. So that's quite interesting. Benjamin, you've gone 3-2. Autumn, you've gone 2-2. And I saw you giving Mr. Dawson bants on his show last night. So good on you, Autumn. Callum, the pitch is looking okay. Luke mentioned that as well. 2-0 Rovers, Armstrong and Elliott, says S27. Matthew 1-0. Parky 6-0. Love it. Andy's going 2-1 Forest. Oh, Andy. Who else have we got? M Fowl 0-0.
Oh, please God, no, not a 0-0. No.
Callum 3-2 Rovers. Eugene 2-1.
I want a Sam Gallagher hat trick. I want commission if Sam Gallagher gets a hat trick.
300 it backside. Oh, we're on.
Right. Here we go. So us three will pause on 10 seconds if that clock pops up. So pause it on 10 seconds when you get there.
Yeah, I've not got.
Come on, clock.
No, I assume we'll be past 10 seconds. Now.
Yeah.
Let's do 30.
It'll be past 10. Yeah, we'll do 30 seconds. The clock hasn't come on. Yeah, here we go. We'll do 30 seconds. We'll pause and then we'll count each other in.
Pausing right as Armstrong runs in behind there. I don't know what's happened there.
Right, so I've paused.
Paused.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you in a bit, boys. Mine didn't pause for some reason.
Right, so Joe, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Come on, bro. Oh, my God. That would have been ironic.
I know, that's what I was saying. I felt like we were in.
And it was Gallagher as well. Imagine if that had bloody...
I know, that would have just been funny, wouldn't it?
So for those of you not watching, we paused our stream just as Armstrong was getting played down the left channel, and he did manage to get a ball across into the box, and it looked like Gallagher was going to get on the end of it, close to the 6-yard line, but it got cleared away. So that's why we were just on a bit of a fright there.
Let me know when you're at 1:15.
Yeah, we will do on 1 of 5.
No worries. Paddy, 1-0.
Go on, Ben. Ref.
Yeah.
Great challenge, Davenport.
I'm on 1:15.
17, 18, 19. Yeah.
24,
Yeah.
25, 26, 27. I'll pause. Hang on. Tell me when you reach a minute 30 and I'll unpause.
Oh, I've gone. I'm past that.
Oh, my
1 minute 40. 1 minute 40. Pause.
Well, now I'm behind now. Bloody hell.
1 minute 40. We're pausing.
Okay. Right, I've
Should-
paused. We're just in a highlight.
Yeah, same. Luke.
Okay.
Tell me,
Three.
tell me when you're at 2 minutes.
Right, Ryan.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go. Wait, I know. Why don't we all hit live and pause for 5 seconds?
Yeah, good plan.
3,
Hit
2,
live.
1, live. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, pause.
Yeah.
It's not playing ball, this, lads.
Right, playing 3, 2, 1. I'm at 2:29, 2:30, 2:31.
Yeah. Fine.
Right.
I just need to hit the super chat that we've had here from RJ. Thanks, RJ. He's going Brereton hat trick for 50 quid. But thank you, RJ, for the donation of £5 there. Really appreciate your support to the channel.
2:45, 2:46. Yeah, thereabouts.
Slightly ahead of you, but yeah.
I'll go with that. I'm delayed anyway.
I say just go live now. I think we've messed up enough. Go live.
Yeah. Elliot's standing over a free kick.
Yeah, just go live, Luke. We're
Right.
live, everybody. Let us know if we're out of sync with you at home, and we will
Just
do
to pick
something
up
about
on
that.
Just to pick up on what's happened so far, referee's been very harsh. We've had a few that should have gone our way, and then our first tackle of the game that was wrong, and it's a yellow. Ben Brereton? Oh! Bloody Nora.
Should have done that.
So Harvey Elliott whipped that free kick in. So it was a free kick just on the left-hand channel. As I say, Rovers had the free kick. Elliott whips it in, and Brereton's done really well to get up high, and he's nodded the header down, and it's not got too much power. And Samba's been able to just retrieve that.
Go on. Go on, Ryan. Go on. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear. Well done, Taylor. Big one-on-one physical battle with Murray there, and he came out on top, which is great.
Yeah, that's a good start. We were talking inexperience, but it looked ever the pro there.
We've
Completely
definitely
different.
started with intent S27. Absolutely.
Oh, completely different to midweek. The pitch just seems bigger, and we seem to have space. I mean, that ball in behind there's nearly reached for a chance.
I think you're slightly ahead of me, Joe, even though I'm live. What about you, Luke?
I'm 41, 42, 43.
45, 46. Couple of seconds, I think.
Just a second ahead. They're ahead in Chorley. They're way ahead of the game in Chorley.
Who's in
We'll be
charge?
all right.
Are you not in Chorley?
No, I'm in Wigan.
Oh, right. Well, that's that joke.
I need
now.
to get my beer, actually. I've been doing a lot of talking. I've got the fridge right next to me here. Look, how exciting. Got the selection. We'll go Heineken today.
Oh, we have a Heineken advocate in the comments usually, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So Rovers fans watching in, I think we've got a slight delay over the internet today, which is making it impossible for Luke, Joe and myself to sync up properly. But we are all live. Let us know if we're ahead of you watching at home, if we need to just slightly pause so that you get the enjoyable watch along as well. Let us know. We will pause slightly.
To get the full watch along experience.
That's right. You need it. We're us chatting rubbish. But no, it's been a pretty bright start from Rovers, I must say. What are you thinking, Joe?
Interesting.
Oh,
I think, again, I know I keep saying it, I said it midweek, but the ref's been so harsh. I mean, Forest player went down for nothing there and picked the ball up, and he just gave it to him because he'd picked it up. Really frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, we look all right. We're playing the ball around. Brereton, Armstrong both look alive, and Devonport's already won about 4 interceptions. So.
And there you are, Ryan. You're funding Rick Trowbridge's pension again.
Hey, there he is. It was Rick. Rick works for Heineken, Joe.
Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure. Is there an ad board at Rovers at Ewood for Heineken? I think there is, isn't there? There's one at the Blackburn end, or at least there used to be.
Look at me improvised tinny cooler.
Looks like a Victorian age.
Luke, show everyone that. So this is what Luke's doing to cool his tinnies down.
Me improvised tinny cooler. I'm not sneaking up. You won't
Let
find me turning the video off.
Oh dear. So we're 7 minutes in. For those of you not watching, we just had another free kick, the opposite side, right hand side. Elliot just put a deep cross in, but Samba came and claimed it pretty easily. And Forest have just got their foot on the ball in centre mid now.
Some good pressing there in midfield. We're not letting them play through the middle, which is nice. Oh, Branthwaite's done really well there against Murray again.
Yeah.
Oh, and Trav's just pretty straight out of play.
We are trying to play, though. We're getting the ball down and playing some football today. We're going back to the Blackburn Rovers side that, the way Mowbray wants to play, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Come on, ref. Now, that is like the 5th free kick we've had. They've had 1, and we've had a yellow card. It's an absolute joke.
So I didn't see the one early on, Joe. So Harwood Bellis got booked. I think I was looking in the comments and super chats.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, if you're going to give it as a booking, fair enough. It wasn't a great tackle, but there's been quite a few for them as well that aren't given. It's just a weird precedent to set that one's a yellow and that all these aren't. Yeah, exactly. It was really cynical.
Just a couple of comments here. Ollie, yeah, the blue shorts. It does look nice, our kit with the blue shorts.
Yeah.
We're going to channel our inner Glenn. I've got an Amazon delivery, so just bear with me 1 second.
Oh, see. There's only me consistent and not sneaking off midstream.
Only because you've got a piss pot.
We've got a nice flag in the background. If nothing else.
I can't get the staff. Look, literally boxes.
Welcome back.
He knocked on the garage door just then.
Great ball from Davenport.
Oh, nice. Brereton driving through the middle.
Nah, that ball needed to go much earlier, to be honest. He waited too long there. But really nice counter-attack from Rovers there.
Ben's asked for the link for the Discord. It should be in the description of this YouTube video, shouldn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
I think it's there.
If not, I think it'll be the pinned tweet on Rovers Chat, I think, or it should be pretty easy to find. Or if you go on Discord, I'm sure if you search Rovers Chat, it might come up.
I'll just have a look at
one that's easy to find.
Yeah, it's on the link in the description below. So have a look, Ben. Just take that off now. There we go.
And ball, no? Ooh. Oh, well done, Jared Branthwaite. Oh, Jared. That was gorgeous, wasn't it?
Oh, stick that on Soccer AM Showboat.
I think they will. That was shades of Tosin Adarabayo there.
Yeah, he took the ball down beautifully from in the air and just
go on, Ben.
The man with 3 touches.
Chance.
Ooh. Oh,
I like that. I really do. We've just had somebody join the Discord server. I'm going to assume that might be you then, Ben.
I've lost my iFollow at the moment, so that's good.
It's been weird today, iFollow, to be honest. I was struggling.
Oh, really? I'm all right, my end.
It's been fine now, but I was struggling earlier, big time.
Ah.
What I might do is if you
I think it's your internet, Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ryan, you're breaking up a lot there. It might just be your internet. Callum, to answer that question,
okay.
Discord, Think of it like an old school forum, a little bit like the BRFCS forums, but it's just a bit more modern. It's mainly used in, for gamers, but basically it's, if you've heard of Slack, you might have used that in an office space or whatever. It's a lot like that. And basically there's channels on there, and it's just a place for us all to communicate really and chat about Rovers. We post updates on there. We're going to do like exclusive content and giveaways and stuff. It gives you like notifications so you know what's going on, and we just try and get it really active and hopefully connect a few of you guys on there.
Gotta agree with some people in the comments as well, Ryan. Brereton and Davenport, I think Ollie's both looking really fast today. Brereton's looking to drive when he can, really, fierce on the ball, getting forward with intent. Davenport looking class on the ball, driving everything from deep. Generally,
I think Davenport's had 5 successful interceptions now already. 11 minutes in.
It's everything what I said before, like winning the ball, but he's an intelligent footballer. So what a player to have on your side.
Absolutely. That's poor from Gallagher there. Really poor.
Too much of Nyambe.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm back live now, I think.
Ryan bringing us the live comms.
Sorry about that. Just tell me where you are, minute-wise. Hopefully we're synced up.
12:25, 12:26, 12:27.
Irony being I'm now ahead of you.
I'm 38, 39, 40.
I'm gonna pause on
45.
I'm gonna pause on 50. Just tell me when you get there and I'll restart.
Okay, I'm paused on 50.
50 now.
3,
Right.
2,
Good.
1. It won't let you join the server. 1 second, mate. It should be open via the link. Let's have a look here. I'll tell you what I'll try and do. I will try and find the exact link and post it in the comments for you.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh.
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 So for those not watching the game, Anthony Knockart's managed to. So he's played a little 1-2 with Glenn Murray. Really good play. So Knockart's got in on the right-hand side of the box, sold a dummy on, I think it's Davenport, who's gone sliding in to try and block Knockhart's shot out with Howard Bellis, who went sliding in. So Knockhart's then got it onto his left foot. He's literally 7 yards out, and he's gone to bend it in the corner, and Nyambe's on the line and clears it away. So big let-off for Rovers there.
I've stuck the invite link for the Discord in the comments there, guys, on YouTube.
Oh, you're putting your house on the Knockout there.
Yeah, I think that's a huge let-off.
Fantastic from Nyambe. Great work.
Oh.
Crikey.
There we go.
I'm saying I've put the link in the comments. It doesn't seem to have come through. Have a look.
Just looking at that. Get in, Ryan. Take a bow, Nyambe. What a clearance. Nyambe. Huge respect.
No, you hate to see it.
I'm sure that that's completely in jest at what happened with the Barnsley game the other night with Nyambe. Huge. That, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Nyambe's looked decent actually tonight, to be fair. Today. Been a long day already.
Sorry that Callum, can we do it? Actually, yeah. I'm going to go to my Dan's watching. Dan, so Callum's comment here. Can we do a timer? How would we do? I'm going to refer to my technology guru who runs the site, Callum, because, yeah, if we could do a timer, that would be great. We'll see what Dan says. Message me if you want, Dan. But, yeah, I agree that'd be good. We're at 15 minutes 30 at the moment. As I say, it's been a bit of a really frantic first 5 minutes, and then the game seemed to there wasn't much going on, and then that huge chance for Knockout just then.
Knockout's getting what he wants out of Bell, really.
Yeah, well, that's good work from Bell there, to be fair. Bell driving forward now.
Poor ball forward, though.
Oh, yeah, poor ball.
So, Joe, formation-wise, Elliott's clearly in that kind of... He's in the midfield 3, but he's definitely popping up all over the shop, isn't he, Harvey Elliott?
We can see right now in defence it's a 4-5-1.
Yeah.
And in attack it's a 4-3-3. Pretty standard plan A Rovers, really, so far.
Joe, Harley Reynolds, I can't see the link.
Yeah,
in the
I can't
chat.
get it to work in the chat. Dan's put it in the description. You might be best on the app as well. So if you go on the app, you should be able to find it.
So Forest just coming down the left-hand side now. The left-back drive.
Oh, great challenge.
Brilliant from
Come
Harvey.
on, ref. That's a yellow card. That's got to be a yellow card, referee. And he's kicked the ball away. It's just poor refereeing. To have booked a Blackburn player for our first tackle. It's really frustrating to watch that. Cynical from Christie there.
Yeah, Steve, we're going to try and get a timer. I'm going to ask, as I say, speak to Dan, see if we can get a timer going. We might even be able to get it for the second half, so we'll see what we can do.
Oh!
Little chance there. Was that Bell who played that cross in there?
No, went to Armstrong, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good ball in. So Amari Bell's got the ball midway into the Forest half on the left channel, and he's just floated it. It was a dangerous-looking crossing, and Armstrong looked like he'd had the run on the centre-back, but the centre-back cleared it in the end. But good little cross there from Bell. Brereton's looking really busy in this game as well. I like it.
Certainly. That's a great ball from Jacob Davenport. Not the best.
Bell's definitely an outlet down that left-hand side at the moment. He's
It's a shame Douglas isn't playing because I just don't think the final product's there for Bell. Unfortunately, because he's getting in the right spaces for sure.
Ooh, Armstrong's appealing for something there. I don't know if he was appealing for a handball, but Forest are breaking again down that left. It's Figueiredo, isn't it, the left back? Cutting inside now.
Well played, Ben Brereton again.
He's everywhere, Ben Brereton, down there today.
He is. All action.
Oof. Not the best ball there to Elliott, though. That final product, again, a little bit lacking. But he's won it back. He's everywhere.
It's like a young N'Golo Kante. Just playing on the left wing.
So RJ, in terms of, I just want to test out that this is working for you guys at home. So we're at 19 minutes and 10 now. So by the time this has gone out to you on YouTube, hopefully you're at about that on your iFollow as well. Let us know if you're kind of still in sync with us, because we don't want to ruin it for anyone, certainly on this stream either, because at the end of the day, we're doing it for you guys as much as us.
Oh, it's handball. That's handball. Oh, no.
That's what he's claiming.
That's what he was claiming for. Figueiredo's just, that's frustrating.
So the handball, so we'll just wait for this to break down. So the handball that Joe was referencing there, for those of you not watching, it was about 2 or 3 minutes ago where Armstrong was appealing out of nowhere. They've just shown the replay on it, and it did look like that Figueiredo handballed it. It's Knockaert. Knockaert's cut in again.
He's very lively.
He's looking very lively. So he's gone down that right Knockaert here, cuts inside onto his left foot. And Joe Lolly's done that to us in the past from that position. So I was really fearing that.
Another good block from Davenport there.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant.
And he's just won the ball back again and won as a free kick. Brilliant stuff.
Whilst we work on the timer, I just wonder, let me know, guys, if this is going to work for you. Whether I just keep updating the banner with the minutes. That's probably the best we can do at the moment.
It's nice to play on a pitch that's not cutting up so easily. Every pitch we've had recently, whether it be home or away, has been pretty poor, but this is holding up.
Yeah, QPR and Barnsley both had pitches as bad as ours, didn't they?
And I mean, we can't use the pitch as an excuse. Both teams play on the same pitch, but certainly doesn't suit how we're trying to play. This, there's no excuses today.
Go on. Gallagher foul. So for those of you not watching, we're 21 minutes in now, and Rovers we're looking okay. We're looking like we're showing some attacking intent. Forest are looking dangerous, particularly with Figueiredo driving from left back. He's been getting forward a couple of times, and Knockaert, especially on the right, he's been cutting in onto his left foot. So we're just going to have to watch those two as attacking outlets for Forest. But Luke, how are you feeling about the performance? 22 minutes in.
Reasonable performance. We're getting in some good positions. Certainly using the flanks quite well. Bell's been okay. Davenport's fantastic in that midfield, but been pivotal to everything we've done, attacking and defensive, breaking up play well. Just got beaten there, but Brereton working the flanks quite well.
Oof,
good head.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That was poor.
So just so for those not watching, kind of something out of nothing really. Forest managed to play a ball in, and the ball was bouncing, and Harwood Bellis just completely misjudged the bounce of the ball, and it nearly ended up getting nicked by the Forest guy to have a shot in the box. So a little let off for Harwood Bellis there.
I actually think Harwood Bellis has been okay.
He has, yeah. That was his first mistake, really. Yeah. Bell's. See what the ref does here. Bell's gone in very late on Knockaert. You never know with Knockaert, though. He's probably making a meal out of this.
In that at all. Absolutely nothing. It's hardly a foul, that.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Frustrating. The referees absolutely played into their hands. Hi to our Chilean supporter in the comments there. I'm going to assume that's from Ben Brereton's recently discovered links.
He is playing today, by the way.
Cristobal was with us at a stream. Was it the QPR one, Luke? I think Cristobal
was QPR, yeah.
Good to have you on again, Cristobal.
He timed it almost perfectly. Brereton was just coming off the bench when he just broke into the stream asking if he's playing.
Brilliant. Oh, just that final ball again there.
I think Travis and Davenport work so well together.
Oh, RJ's not in agreement with you, Luke.
By Bell's standards, I'm just happy when he's it's okay. He's doing all right. He's not. I mean, that's poor. That's rash to dive in. But I mean,
it's frustrating though because they're looking for him.
They're
getting the ball and standing still, trying to win free kicks.
He's getting forward well, which I like to see, especially when Brereton's making such good use of that. Space on the left side. So if he can do a little bit more of that, maybe get the overlap. Exactly what we've seen from Pickering in terms of the overlap, and hopefully we'll see that a lot more next season. But if Bell can produce a little bit of that today, of trying to get forward a little bit more, we might have some joy down there doubling up.
So Forest have got another free kick here. It seems like they've had about 10 free kicks. Rovers have got a very, very high line. So Knockaert's taking this free kick midway in their half. We were well outside our 18-yard box. It's fallen on the edge of the box. It's fallen on the edge of the box to Mighton, and I'm pretty certain that's a deflected shot that's just completely wrong-footed 𝐒𝐿𝐿, and Nottingham Forest are 1-0 up, I'm afraid.
Again, would you not say that there's a foul in the build-up to this? I mean, when we watch this back, I think it's harsh. It is harsh when you watch this.
So we'll have a look. So let's just see. So I think Gallagher... No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Joe. It's not a deflect... Oof, I don't know what 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 is doing there. That reminded me of... Don't know if you remember that shot Theo Walcott had against Sweden in Euro 2012. It was just one of them. It's not gone in a corner. It's kind of just curled centrally. So let's just have a look at this again.
Sort of the swerve on that. It's a
weird old shot.
I think he has took a deflection though. Took a bit of one to have that top spin on it.
It's like it's when he's hit the shot, it's been deflected at the point of hitting the shot, if that makes sense, rather than the shot's been hit then deflected. So yeah, unfortunately, Rovers fans, Forest are 1-0 up. So the ball was floated in by Knockaert towards the back stick, and Nyambe was beaten in the air by the centre-back, Joe Worrell, who just nodded the ball down, and then Mighton is on the edge of the box. And as you said, you've heard us describing here, he's just about 18 and 19 yards out, and he's hit a shot with his right foot, and it's kind of hit someone's foot, one of the defenders that have closed him down. And at the point of hitting the shot, it's just really put a weird spin on the ball, and it's gone central. It's just curled past Kaminski. So I do think he should have done better. So, yeah, Rovers, we do find ourselves 1-0 down, I'm afraid.
Well, it's not Preston. I think they've conceded a penalty 1 minute into their game and gone 1-0 down. That is depressing.
We're going to have to do it the other way again. Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we mightn't struggle to do that.
Oh, get out.
Oh, poor from Harwood Bellis there. Had loads of time to take a touch and he's just booted it forward. And now Adam Armstrong's been penalised for a shoulder challenge.
It's another decent start where we're just not capitalising on anything or getting any real threat in on the goal as such. When we look like we're just controlling and comfortable, we don't make anything of it. That's the frustrating thing, and then we end up, finding ourselves chasing games.
I mean, that's just not a foul. It's a shoulder challenge. There's nothing wrong with that.
So just going to go into the comments. Understandably, some disappointed folk in the comments. Bit of disagreement about whether it was Kaminski's fault or not. Autumn saying it wasn't Kaminski's fault. FM thinks Kaminski should still get that. Joe, what do you think? You think Kaminski should have saved that?
No. Takes a big deflection as he hits it. It's got loads of topspin on it. You're not saving that for me. Not in my opinion, anyway. I can't.
Where that's going.
No.
Luke, do you think he should have saved it?
Nah, I don't think you can judge where that's going. It's one of them freak strikes that, unfortunately, we haven't had much of that. But it's a lot of luck there. He's hit that. There's no way he's tried to do that. He's got a lot of luck along the way, and it's just one of them freak strikes.
So, yes, as you pointed out here, Alex, how often do we concede the first goal? And, yeah, how often do we get anything?
It's another shoulder challenge. Fucking hell. I mean, that is like the third or fourth free kick that's been given for absolutely nothing. It's just not a foul. Really poor refereeing. He just goes in with his shoulder. Oh,
well, he puts an arm out really there, I think. It's a bit more.
They're in again here.
Tony's a bit more animated on the line today, though. So,
could be two.
Oh, that's whipped.
I tell you what, that is a big chance for Glenn Murray there. So, for those of you not watching, Knockaert again has got the ball on the right hand side, and he's whipped. It wasn't the best cross. He's whipped the ball and it's landed.
Sorry, right.
It's landed on that 6-yard line, and it's kind of bounced off Harwood Bellis, and then it's a big chance. If you're Glenn Murray, that is bread and butter chance, really.
Just let that ball in, though. You've got to stop that cross from coming in. We're just walking. Another foul given against us. Jeez.
Murray dragged that shot just wide of the post. So those of you not watching, that is, by Glenn Murray standards, that is a massive, massive chance and a big let off for Rovers. God. Luke, come on, dread just some positivity.
Well, if I'm going to give any positivity, it's a positive that we're not 2-0 down right now. I mean, that's, like you say, Glenn Murray, again, you've seen Knockaert in a decent position, should have scored earlier on, but for a Nyambe masterclass, heroics, and then Glenn Murray should be scoring there as well. It's, for all that we said about being comfortable, you put that other spin on it, and we could easily be 2 or 3-0 down here as well.
Oh dear, oh dear. So we just
apologies,
get some composure back.
Hey? So apologies, I didn't really give you much positive then when you asked for it. Sorry.
No, it's fine. We're just lacking a bit of that zest that we had in that first 10 minutes. We were looking a bit more. Just need to get our foot on it a little bit.
Strange throwing.
Oh.
Really,
that would have been
really poor from Bell there.
It would have been a story and a half. So fantastic crossing from Harvey Elliott, and Bell is completely misjudged the flight of that ball, and he's
a
not
metre away from it. What's he doing?
It was a great ball in from Elliott. Bell's ended up doing a header from the corner of the 6-yard box where he's done the heading motion. He's got up, and the ball's, as Joe said, a metre away from him. So that would have been a story and a half. Here we go. Michael's given us some positivity. We're due a win from conceding first, and we have done it at the City Ground before. I was watching one of the old highlights packages where we won 3-1. We were 1-0 down at half-time through a Sombalonga. Then we did get the 3 goals in the second half. Baptiste, Gested and Rhodes. We've done it before.
Clinton Baptiste. I'm seeing a win. I'm seeing a win.
Oh, that's poor. Really poor.
Lads.
There we go. Done the banner. Rovers fans, let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I thought we actually started okay in this game, and we seem to be looking like we were busy, and the likes of Brereton and whatever were getting involved. But since the goal, just struggled to impose ourselves as much as we were. And obviously this is a consistent theme with Rovers when we do go behind. So just need to see a bit more and see something that looks like we're going to get back into this game. Oh, Rick, you had to say it.
Oh, great.
Oh, no. Does anyone know much about that Mighton? I mean, I'd never heard of him until he was on the team sheet today.
No, I think... Did I see him on... was he on the predicted lineup as well last night? Oh.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
No, I've never heard of him.
There's just no consistency in this side. Gallagher was really great midweek and just gone to pot in this game. And Brereton's been shocking for weeks and has looked pretty good in this game. You just need some of them to play well a few weeks in a row. Frustrating so far.
David, still feel they're right. Is weak defensively, and Bell Brio can get some joy. I mean, we have seen Bell trying to get forward. We did see Brio in the early parts of the game getting some joy down there. You know, what do you think, Joe?
I think those two are going to be too preoccupied defending Knockout. Really.
Go on.
I think yeah.
Lovely.
I just don't see it. I don't see us winning the way we're playing at the minute and the way they're playing.
No.
Just not really working. But maybe. Chance here, though.
Got a little chance. So Brereton's got the ball on the left. He's played it out to Bell. Bell's cut it in for Elliott. Armstrong.
Oh, he's just took it off Brereton.
Oh. It did find its way on the edge of the box eventually to Lewis Travis, who probably should have done better with his shot. And we have said about Travis probably needing to add goals to his game. You know, that finish has just got to be more in a corner. And he's hit a placed shot just straight at Samba, really. It's an easy save. And I think he should have hit that better.
I'm not being funny, though. The keeper parries that and it goes about a metre in front of him. If someone follows in, you know, that's a chance, but nobody followed that shot in at all.
And that's it. Well, there you go. So he knows he's taking no risks with that shot, is he? He can parry it like that because he can see he's got no one hunting him down. Why take... Here we go. We're going to see the replay.
That should have been left for Brereton there, but it wasn't. And then if you watch here, big parry on this, someone should be following that in.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. You are right. Poor.
Ryan. Nice. Good play from Glenn Murray there. Set Forest on their way. So Figueiredo's down. Oh,
Get up, knockout. You diving little.
Figueiredo very advanced down that left-hand side.
Get up, knockout. You diving little Figueiredo.
Yeah.
That's how that sounded then.
Oh, yeah.
What is he doing there, knockout? Seriously.
Sure.
It's a few times now. He's winding me up.
He's that kind of player, isn't he? And the problem is that they'll bring him off when he's got a yellow card on 60, 70 minutes, and then on comes Joe Lolly. So
yeah. Well, he missed that penalty against Watford, didn't he? So jokes on him.
Oh dear. So 37 minutes in, guys. It's 1-0 to Forest. For those of you not watching, I'm just going to go back into the comments. Luke Cannon. So a tweet that said Rovers have played well, but the other team have scored. Sums of past season so far. I mean, we always get the fear of God, don't we, when a team goes ahead, Luke? And
chance.
I can't remember the last time we scored first now. Seems a distant memory.
Probably Birmingham, I'd say.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah, we won. It'll be whenever the last.
Wow.
Who was the last
final ball?
Who was the last win? Middlesbrough.
Good question. I can't remember.
I think they were one after that.
We drew with Stoke.
Was Luton after that one?
Luton, yeah. Did we go down against Luton?
No, we won it 1-0.
1-0.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course.
So that was the last time we scored first against Luton at home. That was 85 minutes as well.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to go back into the comments as Forest have just got a free kick in their own half now. We're talking about Bell. We ain't talking about Bellis or Douglas. We are talking about Bell. Alex, these players have completely lost their confidence. I mean, since the goal, Alex, I've not seen that kind of zippy performance, that we were seeing in that first 10 minutes. They were giving me some hope in the first 10 minutes, actually. Just not seen that since the goal. Harley, what are your thoughts on Mowbray? Should he go? What are your thoughts? I mean, covered this at length, Harley, on our post-match stream after the Barnsley game. That certainly felt like a tipping point had been reached. There are big questions about the manager at this moment in time, whether he's taken us as far as he can take us. We've clearly got a good squad and we should be doing better than we are in the league at the moment. And if we were to lose this game, 4 defeats on the spin is not good at any level. But the key question is, who do you bring in and at what point do you do that? So we'll see.
Tell you what, as well, like Brentford got beat. This league is weird as well. Like Brentford 2-0 with it against Coventry earlier on. Reading getting beat.
I think that is the frustration, Luke, that it's felt like that had we been in form, had we had the consistency, opportunities would have been presented to Rovers. And I just think we've never been in a position to take advantage, have we?
Yeah, you just look at the Bournemouth slip of form, like it were in our hands at that point. You're a game in hand, you're 3 points off the playoffs. And I'm not saying that the playoffs was or is the expectation, but I mean, when you're 3 points off with your game in hand, then you've got to look at, realistically then pushing on. Like it were in our hands at that point. And since then, obviously, we've gone on a 3-match losing streak, and here we are now 1-0 down with it all to do.
And Michael making the point here, Luke.
What's he doing turning back there?
Just here, Luke, Michael making the point, Borough 2 up at Reading. So, these opportunities keep popping up, don't they? Because teams are going to be beating everyone and you have to find consistency somehow. I'm not saying I want Rovers to win 4 in a row, but, an average run of form like 2 wins, 2 draws over 4 games, that's keeping you ticking over, isn't it?
Absolutely. Cynical. How's he not booking him there?
I think he is, isn't he? Is he?
Yes, he's booked in.
Yeah,
He did.
So Glenn Murray's got a booking now for Nottingham Forest, for those of you not watching. A late tackle, a naughty tackle actually on Davenport. He was already past him and he definitely swiped his left leg at Davenport on the way down. So agree with that one. I thought that was a naughty little challenge. So Rovers have got a free kick, which we've taken quickly now. And oh my days, Davenport has completely topped the ball and just...
After such a good start, and that ball were better, they make a break then. Diag ball out to Knockout, and unfortunately for them, ball goes out of play, and Knockout gets on the end of that, they're away again. It's a bit longer than 5 minutes, but we've certainly had a funny 5 minutes. Pooey from Bell again.
Thankfully, Trav wins the ball back. So come on, let's have some urgency in this attack. So Armstrong's going to try. You know, this is what we want. Let's commit players. Let's make things happen.
Oh, lovely.
Absolutely sensational work from Armstrong there down the left. So it's back into the middle now. So we'll just describe this as this develops. And it's broken down. Elliott tried that little trademark curled pass into the box and cleared away by Forest. So we're going to try and rebuild again. Just got the ball in our own half.
You have to find some deep here.
So Brereton now, like what Armstrong did, let's drive, let's commit players, let's make things happen. Armstrong made something there. It fashioned a chance. We got the cross in. Just want to see more of that. Be brave on the ball.
The referee has been stood in the way so many times when we've been attacking. He's just done it again. Ball.
Brio.
What is that? Oh my God. Do we have to do the second half? I can't cope with this. This is shocking.
You can sign out if you want, Joe. Me and Luke will just get drunk. So for those of you not watching, Forest fans will have absolutely loved what just happened there. So Brereton has just absolutely scuffed a shot wide of the post.
Are we saying that's a shot?
Shea Smith, I can't say bad language on a live stream, but yes, we are. We are absolutely dire. We had a good first 10 minutes, and since then it's been misplaced passes, no real urgency.
I don't know what you're scared of, Alexander. This has been coming. There's nothing to fear now. I think it's already gone. I'm not scared of losing something I feel like I've already lost, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless you mean relegation. I don't know. Oh.
I mean, when Kaminski's kicking ball out of play, ever reliable distribution from Kaminski, that's when you've got to really...
So Barnsley the other night, we felt like that was a pivotal 90 minutes. Could this be one of the biggest halftime team talks of Mowbray's tenure? Does he have to get a reaction out of the players? If this beat us out into a defeat, I
don't think it matters. I think whether it happens now or whether it happens in the summer, he's not going to be our manager next season. So, I think that's how the players feel. So I don't really know what's going to be said or what they can do. When we're going into half-time losing, we're not going to win the game. End of, because that's just a factual truth of our entire season. And that's not just a coincidence. That's a trend over however many games. We do not win from behind. So the players all know that. So I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest. We look completely out of ideas and out of any kind of belief.
So
Jesus Christ.
Forest have just hit the crossbar. I'll just describe this for those of you not watching. So it's a deep free kick from Knockout. Brilliant ball whipped in by Knockout from that right-hand side again. And I think it's the other centre-back, is it? Who's headed that onto the crossbar.
I think it's James Garner, isn't it?
Oh, it's James Garner, in fact. I couldn't quite see the number on the back. So James Garner has hit the crossbar with a header. I think 𝐿𝐿𝐃𝐄𝐿 would have saved it if it was on target, because it was a central header, but he has hit the crossbar with a header there. So Forest also going very close just before half-time. We've got 2 minutes added on and a minute's been played. So just a minute left to endure of this half for Rovers fans.
A loose link to us, Gardner, weren't you?
Yeah, when he went to watch.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't get enough game time there.
Does love a CM. I think this, to be fair, I mean, you look at our channel now, we're over 1,000.
Oh my God.
Oh!
What an effort.
I was just about to say we're over 1,000 subs and we're going to end up at a comedy channel. You know, people coming on to laugh at three people's pain.
That would have been goal of the season.
That would have been goal of the season. So I'll just describe this once this little follow-up attack's broken down. But for those of you not watching, Rovers have just hit the post.
Ref
gonna give that? No, he's not giving it. So for those of you not watching, Adam Armstrong is the person that's going to make something happen in this game. Again, he's picked up the ball on the left channel and he's just got the ball out of his feet, done a little kind of taking it past Figueiredo it was. I don't know why Figueiredo's in the right back position there. Armstrong's cut it onto his right foot, corner of the box, and he's rifled a shot. Think of the Joe Rothwell shot that he did score at the City ground, same end. Same kind of position of the goal, and it's hit the post. So mighty close on half-time there for Rovers, but Armstrong is the only one looking like creating something for Rovers at the moment. So for those of you not watching, it is half-time. It's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Mighton with the goal on 26 minutes, I follow have put it as, so I'll change my little graphic to 26 minutes. Luke, instant thoughts at half-time?
That's about it, really. Started well. You know, it was a decent start. There were no real chances, but we were controlling the game well, playing some nice football. You know, holding onto the ball well. A lot of successful passes. A lot coming from deep with Davenport. Rearson running at the left flank and trying to make things happen. And then from there, obviously, we go and concede. And after that, I think, you know, Alex said it in the comments, bereft of confidence, plenty of misplaced passes, 𝐂𝐿𝐃𝐄𝐎 even putting the ball out of play, you know, Bell, Davenport, didn't really look like making anything happen at that point. Lucky then to not be 2 or 3 down. And then, you know, we're still 1-0 down, still in the game. And at the end of the half, we have a chance like that from Armstrong where he makes something out of nothing, really. And we could go in at 1-1. It's just, you know, football's a strange game sometimes, and it's all pure emotion, isn't it, really?
And Joe, you know, my instant reaction at half-time, I thought we started brightly. I think I was like, yeah, we're looking all right. Brereton was getting on the ball. We were trying to make things happen. We were looking pretty bright. But then the half just started to wear away, and then Mighton gets that goal out of nowhere, really. And we've just, apart from that Armstrong shot out of nowhere, we've not looked likely, have we? We've not responded. We've not given ourselves any hope that we're going to get back into this game.
Yeah. Predictable, typical, terrible. I think we should just have a 5-minute break.
We'll go for a 5-minute break. We will do. Rovers fans, give us your instant comments, your instant reaction before we do that 5-minute break. You can see by the look on Luke's face and Joe's face and and whatever that this is a disappointing half. If you're not watching, that was not great from Rovers. So things can only get better, as they say. Where is Glenn when you need him? We need some Glenn positivity.
I mean, if you can't pull any from me, then, you know, even Glenn might struggle here. Oh. Keep drinking.
Oh dear, oh dear. Hey?
Keep drinking, chaps, as David Park said. Ease the pain, numb the pain. What's worse, Joe? Just a quick poll. Yes or no? Or this or that? Is it the toothache or the Rovers? What's more painful?
Rovers. The antibiotics have kicked in a bit now, so...
I'll just run through the comments before we do a quick break. Alex... Oh, There we go. Another first half blank. How many is that now in the last 3 months? We'll try and research that at half time.
Oh, I don't
We'll have a look at all the.
I don't want to know. It's just depressing.
I'm going to research it in the halftime break. So we'll get an answer for you, Alex. Michael, we've dropped off a cliff a bit after a bright start. Absolutely. I was quite hopeful in the first 10 minutes. It felt like, yeah, we're going to try and do so, but no. And then the goal out of nowhere, you know, this is a Chris Hughton side. I'm just not sensing a reaction. David, first 10 minutes, excellent. Rest of the half, really poor. Nyambe off the line, Murray just wide. So fortunate. And then nearly 1-1 out of nowhere. Yeah, it is fortunate. We could have easily been more behind David, definitely. And I guess that's the only positive that we can take. And as you pointed out with the follow-up comment, only 1-0, anything can happen. Alexander, Tony needs something from this game. The more we don't win, Alexander, and absolutely the more that we lose, he is under deep pressure, Tony Mowbray. So absolutely. Harley, that goal was totally undeserved, in my opinion. I'm not sure, Harley. I think that Forest have fashioned some really good chances, and particularly since the goal
in that final third. We dribble, we reach that final third, and then go, I don't know, Bell's in space. That's all we've done this half, apart from Armstrong having a go. We look up, or Harvey Elliott plays that predictable ball into the box from that right central channel, which every single time bar one has been headed away. And the one time it did go through, it fell to Maury Bell, who headed mid-air. So
I think probably if you wanted a summary of where Rovers are at the moment, Matthew and Oliver's comments here sum it up for me. This isn't as bad as Barnsley. That's a positive, I guess. Obviously not good, but I don't think it's that bad. The fact we're kind of saying it's not as bad as a previous performance says it all for me. It's just less, you know, that's not great. It's not good to be in a position of a performance being less good or less bad. You know, we need to be much better. We really do. And I think Mowbray needs his big players to step up now. Armstrong's tried. He's got the captain's armband today. He has tried to make things happen. He's got some players on that bench, you know, Dak and Rothwell in particular. I'd be saying to them to go and grab that bloody game by the scruff of the neck. We need players to do that now. We absolutely need people to step up. And that was my little concern about Lenihan not playing today, because he is skipper. He is the leader at the back. So we need players to step up now. Who else have we got here? There we go. Steve, your reaction sums up all Rovers fans at the moment. At least we're not playing as bad as midweek. So again, that just backs up that kind of less bad comment. Andy, I thought we were good apart from a 10-minute spell leading up to their goal. I think it's just the reaction, Andy, since the goal. As I say, apart from Adam Armstrong, it's not filled me with any kind of hope or expectation that we're going to get back into this game.
I wouldn't say good either. I would say we weren't bad for.
Yeah, we didn't create chances.
We weren't good.
Forward, all right, but we didn't look like scoring.
No.
David, I think the performance worsened midweek, though. Barnsley didn't really come close in the first half. Forest could have had 3. So let's see how Forest approach this second half. You know, if Hughton is just going to batten down the hatches and tighten up. Oh, we lost Joe.
You kicked him out. You kicked him out.
Is he back? Oh, he's back now.
I don't know what went wrong there.
We lost you, Joe.
Don't fear, I'm still bloody here.
I think that's what I'll do in terms of the comments. I think everyone, you know, we can clearly see it in the comments. I think there's possibly a bit of disagreement in the fan base about whether we played well, whether we were less bad than Barnsley, but I think everyone's in agreement that probably not looking likely like we're going to get back in the game unless something out of nothing from Adam Armstrong. So he seems to be the one that's going to try and take the game to them at the moment. Who knows? Maybe we will come from behind.
I've got some insight through from Liam Henshaw, who does a lot of the analytics stuff over for Forest. XG half-time, they're at 0.80. We're down at 0.25.
Wow.
Double that for the second half. We're not expected to score a goal. They'd be more likely to score a second. Frantic start from them. A lot of fouls for both teams. They were disappointed with the amount of headers that we managed to win, especially in their box, Brereton early on. Mentions Knockaert and Murray. and says that Knockout is probably likely to go off later on in the half and Lolly to come on, which is what we mentioned before.
Yeah.
Yeah. This moment of Joe being kicked out being the highlight of the last few hours. I'm going to assume you just mean because something happened, unless you really hate my analysis. But fair play.
I'm just before we do the 5-minute or very quick break, actually. Just want to pick this up from Alexander. How many defeats in a row? And he has to go, how many? 6. So Alexander, what I'll say is if we end up losing 6 in a row, that means we will have lost to Watford and also Coventry. And I think if we lose that Coventry game at home, I think there is no way back. I think he will be sacked after that game if we lose 6 in a row and you lose to Coventry City at home. I think that would be curtains if we get to 6. Definitely. What do you think, Joe?
I think I've got a brew waiting on the landing that I want to collect before we kick off.
You're desperate for me to do it, aren't you? So
it's going cold.
You can get it.
I'm genuinely going to have a warm setty if I don't move very quickly.
Here we go, then. We will be back in a couple of minutes. 3 minutes. That's enough for Luke to have a wee, for Joe to get his tea. We will be back, Rovers fans. We're back. There we go. You got your tea?
Huh?
You got it, Joe? You got your tea?
Yes. It's a coffee, actually, but I've got it.
Oh, you got it. Luke?
Shout out to my mum for that delivery. Who sat
Did you sort
downstairs.
yourself out, Luke?
Oh, the relief, honestly. Delight. Sheer delight.
Is your mum watching, Joe?
Well, I mean, it's sheer dedication. £20 has been spent in this household today to watch this game because I'm up here doing the watch along. So it's also been purchased downstairs too. So
a huge credit there to Jill Harvey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hero.
questions as to how you remember my mum's name, but we'll go with it.
Because it's the same as Alex's mum.
Oh, I see.
I remember the chat once over.
I remember.
See, I mean, that's it. That's the peak of the first half. We're talking mothers, so it says it all, really, doesn't it?
Ryan, did we ever get an explanation in the last game about the bacon and egg thing with your sister?
Oh no, I can tell you what it is. It's really not that interesting. So yeah, when we were, because she's a year younger than me, my sister. So when we were 13, 14, just when you think you're cool and you're hard or whatever, we rang in the local radio show, Links FM in Lincolnshire, and it was like, I don't know, midnight, 1 in the morning or something like that, the real graveyard shift. We just rang in and like said that we were the Breakfast Club crew. We were with 2 other mates. Can you do a shout out to Bacon, Egg, Sausage and Hash Brown, who are doing X, Y and Z on a Friday night? So I was bacon, she was egg, hence the 2 emojis. I told you it wasn't that interesting.
Good heavens.
Bradley Jack coming on.
So that's all it was. So we obviously did the little emojis to each other since that point.
I see.
So it's really not that interesting.
Do we get a shout out to why it's 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐃 as well now? Because that woman had come on the last stream, wasn't it? No.
Oh yeah, it was. I think Alex asked that as well. So 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐃 comes from have had a very complex family history. So when I was in school, Bavin was my surname, hence my sister's surname being Bavin.
Ah, okay.
That's not my family name. Hildred is my family name, which I changed at a later point in my life. So through school, I was called Bav. That was my nickname, B-A-V, Bav. The Allard, the Allard comes from when I was younger and a bit chubbier and a bit fatter. People used to say I look like Allard Jones. You know, the
Well, I tell you, that is some story. That's a good one.
So when I was searching for just like a unique Twitter handle or whatever, you know, 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐃 is the one that came up.
Naturally.
Get in the comments.
Dax on for Gallagher.
So substitutes, that was Dak for Sam Gallagher, was it?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're just about to start the second half, guys. I need to find out this stat about halftime goals, unless anyone else has got it for me.
Yeah, if you give me a couple of minutes, I'll let you know what I'm seeing formation-wise with Dak back in. And we'll see where we're at. Could be a chance, or it's not the best ball, but it's still on.
Yeah. Good work.
Good play from Armstrong again. So we've got the ball very deep in the half. Elliot. So for those of you not watching, really big early chance for Rovers there. So Armstrong had just got in between the right back and the right centre back into that left channel. The ball over the top to him was a little bit overhit, but he made something of it, managed to just hold it up, play it back for Davenport, who then hits it back onto the edge of the box where Harvey Elliott was waiting, but he slips as he hits the shot. And, you know, had he stayed on his feet, probably was a big chance for him.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Simon.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Oh, there we go. Let's bring that up. So, Simon, thanks very much, as Joe and Luke have said there. And yeah, we love producing the content, Simon. And we'll always do it with that fine-tooth comb. We'll always do it in a balanced way. And we're never going to sit here and slag players off or whatever. We're always going to do it in that balanced way.
I think it's a big 49 minutes for Bradley Dack, this one as well.
Yeah. Quick question then. Whose squad is better, Cardiff or Rovers? Question there from Michael.
Much of a muchness, I'd say.
Different squads, very different squads.
Depends. If you're talking about a squad that's got a chance at getting promoted, probably Cardiff. A bit more experience there.
Yeah, I'd say
much more direct and pragmatic approach to the game.
We've got an exciting squad. I think we've got a lot of talent.
Yeah, Daniel, it is. It's just It helps us keep the site running. We can reinvest that into different things, equipment, advertising. Sometimes we do charity streams and the donations are for that, and we'll let you know. But, we don't ask you guys. It's just if it's something that you can do, we just really appreciate it. So, yeah, don't worry. We're not taking a big cut and getting paid for it.
Absolutely not. We do this for the love of it.
Hey, RJ, this Amazon delivery, I'll tell you what's in this box. So I've got something that's going to plug into... It's going to plug into an electrical socket, and it's
from Love Honey. Is that right?
Hey?
It's from Love Honey. Is that right?
We'll come on to that in a minute because Rovers have got a chance. The bell's in the bell's in the box, and I think he's tried a shot.
Chance?
No. But yeah, in this box is going to be something that's going to beam my Wi-Fi signal across the electrical circuits in my house and also allow me to use a cable to get the internet connection to this laptop. So I'm hoping for some stability on the internet once I can get into that Amazon box.
Daniel, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll just open it myself so I can actually show you. Let's see here. So yeah, in the chat section, once it loads. Quite weird watching yourself on YouTube. At the bottom, underneath where you say something. Shut up! I'm trying to think how I'm doing here. Where it says "say something" underneath, there should be like a little $sign in a square, and you can send a message or a sticker. So that's how you do that if you are interested in doing that. And if you do, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And you know how seriously Ryan takes everything at Rovers Chat if he's invested all this money into making his stream perfect. Cuddles with the referee mid-game. I think you said that earlier on, Joe. He's getting in the way quite a bit, that ref.
He's been in the way so many times. Really poor positioning. Chance. Oh, he's blazed it.
He could play for Rovers, though.
Who was that? That was Garner again.
Yeah.
So for those not watching, the ball just got pulled back to Garner on the edge of the box, about 25 yards out. He's unmarked, and he's absolutely nailed that ball into the River Trent. About 30 yards over the bar.
Have either of you been to Forest? Do you like it as an away day? I've been once.
Well, it's obviously nice and local for me, Joe. It's one of my closest away days, so I've been quite regularly. I've had mixed bag of results there. I was there for that 3-1 game that I said earlier. I was there when we lost 4-1.
Were you there for Tommy Hoban?
Hey?
Were you there for Tommy Hoban?
Yes, that was a good one.
Joe Rothwell won the goal?
Wasn't there for that one. Wasn't there for that. I don't know what I was doing on that day. I must have been doing something. But it's always one that I can do easily because obviously I have to drive usually up to Blackburn, so I can't get on the beers as much.
Yeah.
But Nottingham Forest, I can get on the train from Lincoln, and it's a nice one.
I mean, what a plastic, what a glory supporter.
Thanks, Daniel, for your donation, mate. We really appreciate that.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Daniel. And if you ever want to put a comment on these super stickers, I believe that you can. So please make sure you put some on there and get your views heard. What about you, Joe? How many times have you been there?
I've only been to Forest the once, and it was the one where we were like 3-0 down after a few minutes, and Stewie Downing scored one. And I think Bennett slashed an own goal in the second half. It was like only last season. We didn't play well.
New Year's Day, wasn't it?
Yeah. In fact, I think that week I went to Huddersfield away, we lost. Birmingham away in the Cup, we lost somehow. And Forest away, and we lost. All in the space of 7 days. Yeah.
It's a rough one. And Luke, before I come to you, just want to say thank you to David as well. Really appreciate the nice words there, David. And these watch-alongs, we were umming and ahhing about doing them, actually. We didn't know. But absolutely, we love exactly what you're getting out of it is what we like as well. We like interacting with you and feeling like we're there as well. So thank you for that kind donation as well, David.
Yeah, it feels like that to us as well. I think we've said the same thing of like, it's really, since the QPR game, it's almost like you sat watching the football with people again. I think that means a lot during these times. We all miss it. Of course we miss it. It's the day we get to go back on a football ground, sing chants, and be in arms with you know, the
we might do a big Rovers Chat away day, and we'll all go and we'll vlog it.
Absolutely. We'll all get together and we'll all talk Rovers. It'll be great.
Ooh. Not tooth pain.
I thought that came up. Yeah. So for those not watching, for those not watching, Forest did have a free kick. It was about 35 yards out, but slightly to the left. So it wasn't one that Knockaert could shoot from. So he's just whipped the ball in. And as Joe says, it's Bradley Dack who's got the first header, and then it's come off Glenn Murray. So not really a chance per se, but was a dangerous ball in less.
We're about 53, 54 minutes in, and nothing has happened. We've not looked threatening. So if you're worrying why we're not really saying much,
Joe,
not much happening.
Joe, you said you were going to look at the formation. So Kieran and Luke have both asked how we set up for the second half formation-wise and things. I mean, Bradley Dack at the moment is in the right-back position. So he's clearly in a free role.
Yeah, he's not actually at right back. He's only just dropped into there in possession. Dack and Elliott, I would say almost more like the box formation a bit now. Dack and Elliott both in very free roles. Gallagher and Armstrong as Brereton and Armstrong as your front forwards. Almost like a very free and loose 4-4-2 in a way, but not really, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but a little bit more like that box. Chance.
Oh. Come on, Armour.
Go on. Oh, beans on toast.
I thought he saved that.
It could have been his foot. We'll have a look. It looked like
I
the
think
post.
he saved that. Definitely.
We'll have a look in a moment on the replay. But for those not watching, Rovers have just gone really close. So it's Brereton who had the initial chance. He didn't quite get his shot away, so it came back to or laid it back to Armstrong, who's just fashioned the shot. I think did he hit that one left-footed, Armstrong?
He did, yeah.
And he's fizzed it really low and hard into that bottom left corner. And we've not seen the replay yet. It looked like it hit the post to me, but Samba might have just stuck out his right foot.
Yeah, I think he's parried that with his arms, from what I heard.
Oh,
have you got the commentary on as well?
I've got it on very, very low. I'm pretty sure anyway, but we might get a replay now with this free kick. Here we go. Yeah, we are.
So Brereton pulls it back for Armstrong onto his left foot. Oh, yeah, it's he hit that shot so hard, it just couldn't see where the ball actually went, but it just dipped right at the final moment. So Samba's he's gone to kind of collect the ball like that, if people can vision that, and it's just hit him and come off. So it's bounced off him. But Rovers have got a free kick now. Midway in the Forest half central, Elliott's on it. Dack's just moved away from him. So we have sent the centre-backs up. Bramthwaite's up there. Harwood Bellis is up there. And the Forest line is outside of the 18-yard box. So we're just going to play this in now.
Size of Bramthwaite.
And Forest have got it away. So, yeah, David, we have started the second half okay. So that's pleasing. So let's see if we can get something out of this.
Wow. Huddersfield 4-1 up against Swansea.
That's madness.
Impressive.
And lots of love for the suggestion of a Rovers Chat away day. We've had suggestions of Preston from Callum, Norwich from Chris. So I think we'll definitely get something set up. And
let's just hope it's not Gillingham, and let's just hope it's
Salzburg.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing all the Rovers Chat guys. I've never met Luke or Joe in person because of this damn pandemic. So it's going to be great, that.
Oh.
Rick's acca's screwed. Did you have Swansea in your acca then, Rick? Did you?
I bet he's put the Sky Bet boosty on.
Was Swansea in that?
Yeah.
Sky Bet will be laughing. I swear those boosts, they know something sometimes. Not many of them come in.
Horrible.
I'm on my second Heineken though, Rick. So don't worry, you got plenty more money coming your way.
Come on, the empty.
Alexander, anything south for you? So yeah, we can maybe do a few. We'll do a Rovers chat away day tour to fulfil everyone's needs around the country.
Oh, poor first touch.
As opposed to Knockout's amazing first touch. He's run us ragged there today, Knockout, but that's a great tackle.
Great tackle from Joe.
What a tackle. He deserved himself, though.
Where is Figueiredo playing? Because that is him again, I swear.
I think he's at centre-back, and then there's a Ribeiro at left-back, and then the Cafu one at right? I don't know.
Oh, it was Christie,
no, that's
anyway.
Christie at right-back.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like Figueiredo. I was like, what the hell's he doing there? So substitution now for Forest. So it's not Joe Lolly. People will be pleased to know. Glenn Murray is coming off, and it's Lyle Taylor who's coming on. So Glenn Murray coming off on 58 minutes. I've just realised I've not updated the banner in a while, so I'll do that now. So what's your thoughts on that, Luke? Glenn Murray coming off, Lyle Taylor coming on.
Scored goals at this level, aren't they, with Charlton? He's a decent striker.
It's a testament to the two young centre-backs, though, isn't it? That
Murray's
had to go off.
Yeah, Glenn Murray's been quiet, haven't they? And they're clearly running ragged because it's, you know, they would assume that Glenn Murray can only play a certain amount of minutes if he's putting a good shift in. So they must think at this point Glenn Murray's put his shift in for today, and you know, on we go. So yeah, they've kept him at bay. No Glenn Murray goal, which is you know, fantastic to see from them two boys. It's a testament to how they played.
Referee got in the way again during that counter-attack.
But we've just seen in the comments as well, and we've just seen it flash up on I follow Bournemouth getting beat again. So we've got Swansea losing, Bournemouth losing, Reading losing, Brentford have got beat. This league.
And it's those opportunities. It's the things we'll look back on, you know, weekends where we could have taken opportunities. You know, with every respect to Nottingham Forest, you know, you've got to play the table as it is this season. Forest are a side down in the bottom half, 5 points above the relegation zone before play started. They're the games you've got to go and win if you are serious about the top six.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
I mean, the problem is that every single chance has fallen to Amari Bell.
You've got to be in there to get on him.
You've got to do better with that ball in. It's just a crap
delivery. No, it's not been good.
So for those not watching, Bradley Dack has played a brilliant ball round the corner to set Amari Bell free down the left-hand side, and he's gone into the box, the Nottingham Forest box, down that left side, and all he has to do is cross it and cross it well. But he's hit Figueiredo with the cross, and it's just then deflected into Samba's arms. So it was a big chance. All he had to do was find a man in the middle. But here we go again. Brereton's now going to go and attack Christie down that left-hand side. Have a run at him, Brereton. Dackie's...
Yes.
No. No. So Dackie there. Brereton did well. It fell to Dack, who just tried to knock the ball in front of him in the box and didn't end up chasing that ball. Didn't fancy himself there. So... Oh, dear.
Nice little bit of chat going on there in the comments about our favourite Rovers player in the last 20 years. It's an interesting one.
Ooh, that's 20 years. What's 20 years ago? Can't do the maths. 1990.
2001. That allows Matt Jansen to be in the chat.
2001, yeah. So Matt Jansen's definitely got to be up there. I love Jordan Rhodes just because it was such a bad time for the club.
Yeah.
And he was just a beacon of hope.
Yeah, Henderson for me.
I've got to agree with Chris Hayes. It's two guy for me. Two guy for me. What a player! Unbelievable.
I mean, yeah, two guy and Fried will go without saying, don't they? But in terms of alternative choices,
yeah. I mean, if we got two guy a few years younger, wow.
Oh, madness.
The guy was smoking 20 decks before games and just could go out and do that, what he did. I mean, who had done it run ragged to try and do the odd graft, but two guys just pulling the strings.
Oh, come on, ref.
Like, you're the greatest fan, this referee.
I mean, how have we not been given
Who is the ref?
that? There was no advantage there whatsoever.
The advantage fails as soon as the ball falls at Marley Bell's feet in this game, unfortunately.
I'm absolutely loving the comments on people's favourite players. It's great just to scroll through and have a look. So we're 62 minutes in. Rovers are looking bright. We are really looking bright. It's definitely got echoes to that game last season on New Year's Day that Joe referenced. We looked bright in the second half of that game and we got the sucker punch on us. That Forest went 3-1 up, and it came from one of our corners.
Yellow card,
on that game as well. So I'm just fearing.
Sorry,
I'm fearing something like that. No, don't worry. I'm fearing something like that if they just broke on us. But we are looking good, and Tyrese Dolan is about to come on now for Ben Brereton.
I think Brereton's been all right, but I'm excited to see Dolan on here, and I think Joe's eyes will light up at this one as well. Praying that
I think Brereton's been one of the only ones driving us forward.
Yeah, I agree. It's a shame that he's got to be sacrificed, but we need to see the energy of Dolan on this pitch to some degree. Hopefully, he makes something.
Don't know if you just noticed that as well. Brereton did look visibly annoyed there, shaking his head and just, you know, it's that little stuff that's been creeping to the surface in recent weeks that's been bothering me.
Oh. I'm surprised nobody's come out with Sasha Petchy.
Oh, no. Alex Lomax has got him with a good one, though.
How on earth have we just took a corner chance to get the ball into the box and ended up giving the ball to Amari Bell short? Is he the playmaker in this team or something today? What's that about? It's baffling.
He needs an option on the right here. Nyambi, you've got to be in that space. Help him out. Help him out. That's where Nyambi should have been first time.
That's where Nyambi usually is.
Travis was begging to see him in that space then, and he wasn't there.
Go.
Very uncharacteristic of Nyambi. That's where he wants to be usually. And Sheffield Wednesday are down.
Oh, touch.
Ooh.
Oh!
Little half chance for Rovers there. So the ball played into Armstrong on the edge of the D, and he spanned the centre back really well and just done a kind of, so it's Elliott that plays in, spanned the defender, just a little touch to get it onto his right foot, a snapshot half volley, and it's gone wide. I think Samba Samba had that covered in fairness, but it's another chance.
Right? Preston have missed 2 pens in a minute.
Is that, so David, is that 2 separate pens, or is it a penalty that's then had to be retaken that they've then missed? Let us know what that is. I'll just update this banner. So for those not watching, we are 66 minutes into the game now. Rovers, we're looking okay. It's definitely, Forest are set up like a Chris Hughton side, most certainly. They've battened down the hatches. They're going to try and stay tight and just basically say to Rovers, come on then.
Oh.
So what we got here? Oh, bloody hell, separate penalties. So the first one was saved. Gallagher was fouled on the rebound, then missed the next. Who took him, David?
Looks like Ched Evans on both.
Did Gallagher take
Come on! How many times are they going to not get a yellow card? It's shocking.
Put a bit of timber on, hasn't he, Knockout, actually?
Go on, Harvey.
That's good. Here we go.
Oh, ref, come on. Andy's
get
kicked the ball away. That's shocking.
I am miles behind you two.
Just click live button.
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I don't know why it is.
That so for those absolutely shocking. He should book the one who kicked the ball away afterwards as well.
Yeah. So for those not watching, Harvey Elliott, central position, has just grabbed the ball and said, right, I'm running. So he's ran past two players and then he's driving forward and Garner comes out of nowhere and it's a cynical foul, just cleans him out. And Rovers have now got a free kick about 40 yards out central. I mean, Dak's looking interested for a shot. I think it's too far out. I think Bryce Samba is a remarkable shot stopper at this level. So you're going to do very well to beat Samba with a shot from this far out. 𝐿𝐻 took both penalties, yeah. Wowzers.
Sure.
So here we go. He can't shoot from here. So he's not. He's played... Oh. It was the right idea from Bradley Dack, but the execution was poor. So he's not shot. He's gone to play that into Armstrong, just on the left of the 18-yard box, kind of hoping that he's made his run, but he's overhit it. He's basically just hit that straight out.
Luke Freeman's coming on.
Another Rovers lad, really?
Not that one. This is the one I wanted first. So S27, Joe Rothwell. Is he a player that we should be getting on to drive us forward, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, in the early season, Joe Rothwell was pivotal to everything good with it that we did. You think back to the Brentford game, particularly. We haven't had that today. We haven't had that drive from midfield. Yes, Davenport's been okay, and Travis, but and Harvey Elliott's managed to get on the ball here and there, but we haven't had that real stopgap in between. Who's
he going to come on for though?
That's the problem. It's how you do it. I mean, maybe I don't know.
It's all well and good saying Rothwell would do well if he came on, but are you bringing Armstrong off? Are you bringing Dak or Elliott off, or Davenport or Travis? Because then we'd lose our defensive shape.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can get Rothwell on without messing up.
If we've got to push for it, I think you've got to bring one of Travis and Davenport off, perhaps, and put
Trav over Dav. I think Dav's been great today.
Yeah, I agree.
So for those not watching, Forest did just make a double sub. So Yates, just as I watched that there, Yates and Free. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That?
So I'll do that in a minute. Oh. Forest have just hit the post and Lyle Taylor has missed an absolute sitter. I mean, Rovers should be 2-0 down, make no mistake about it. I think was it Christie on the edge of the box who had a shot? I don't know who it was.
Christie and then Taylor.
Yeah, so Christie was on the edge of the box. I'll just watch it. Before I describe this, Forest are on the attack again, so I'll try and describe everything in a minute. Luke Freeman's just got the ball in. We're going to get this away now. So Christie's fired a shot from outside the box, just right-hand side. It's hit the post. And then Taylor is completely free. He's about 6 yards out and hits it wide with his left foot off the rebound. A remarkable chance. I mean, Joe, he wasn't offside, was he? Because the ref flagged for a goal kick.
No, he wasn't off. Ref, pen!
Penalty. Is this going to be a penalty? We've given a penalty. Rovers have a penalty.
Had to be.
Bryce Samba has brought down Ryan Nyambe. So we're going to see what's happened here. So Nyambe has done sensationally here to make up the ground he has. So the ball's bouncing. Knockout has gone to head that back. Knockout's gone to head that back to Bryce Samba, completely made a hash of that header. Nyambe's then got his afterburners on to chase the ball down, knocks it past Samba, who's cleaned out Nyambe. Penalty. It's a 100% is a penalty.
Yeah, it is. He's hurt him. He's really hurt him there.
Here we go. This is Rovers deserve this second half. Absolutely deserve this.
We'll see if I'm behind there. Oh, we're behind for that pen.
Come on, Luke, get live.
Bloody Burnley.
We're on 72, 05, 06, 07, 08.
I'm miles behind. It's all right.
Oh, what the fuck?
Don't do that to me. Oh.
Also,
So-
Duncan, please don't do that. Come on. I saw that before he'd even took up the run there. Please don't do that to us. Just don't, because just don't. Oh, that ruined that penalty for me.
So
then.
Rovers fans not watching, you can probably gather that Armstrong has missed the penalty. He's gone to hit that into the left corner. It's not quite in the corner. Samba's got across really well, and that's it's he's not necessarily hit it with a lot of power. He's not necessarily got it into the corner. So Samba, it's he's gone the right way, he's guessed the right way, and he's saved it. So big chance Rovers blown, and Nyambe is definitely limping after that. So, Joe, that feels like a huge moment in this game, doesn't it?
Yeah. But, well, got to score a penalty, haven't you?
You have.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but how good has Tyree Stolen been since coming on? He's got to start games. Sick of it.
Feel a bit deflated after that, lads. Oh.
That was just what Rovers deserve for this second half as well. Forest have deliberately sat in and really said, right, come at us. And that was our big chance. They're just going to show this chance again. Christie hits the post. Yeah, Taylor, and this is what it's all about. These are big game moments. So a few minutes before this Armstrong penalty, Lyle Taylor's missed an open goal from 6 yards. You have to take your penalty chance in that circumstance. It's a huge moment in the game.
Preston are 3-0 down.
Unfortunately, well, at
least we're not 3-0 down and having missed 2 penalties, eh?
Yeah, there's time.
Yeah, leap year man. He definitely missed against Watford. I remember that one. Yeah, and David, it was a nice height for the keeper as well. As I say, it wasn't necessarily in the corner, and I don't think it was the most powerful penalty either. So I think it was a standard save, really, for Samba, who is a good shot stopper, first and foremost.
And yeah, apologies for getting frustrated, but obviously we try and pause for you guys, so if you can try and not spoil it for us. And yeah, I wasn't trying to be aggressive. Sorry, Duncan. Just frustrated in the moment.
Oh, well, there we are.
That's flattened us a lot, Rovers fans, as you can tell. So it's 75 minutes in now. It feels like when you're talking about a side like Rovers that don't come from behind very often, if at all, it was a big mistake from Knockaert to head that ball back to Samba in the first place. And as I say, it followed a couple of minutes after that Lyle Taylor miss. It's a huge moment in the game. And we've just got to try and dust ourselves down now.
Real turning point. That we could have, scored that. We've got all the confidence to go on and win that, but we're still chasing it now with 14 minutes to go. So it's a real big moment. That
it's game over, isn't it? We don't win games when we've gone 1-0 down, and we definitely don't win them when we're 1-0 down at half time. And when you miss a penalty as well, how are you supposed to win? At least Preston are losing 4-0.
I think
he scored so many. That's harsh. He's only missed 2. That seems harsh to me. I don't know about you guys.
It depends how many are in the queue to take penalties, because I know, like at Man City, you've got loads of them that would put themselves down as penalty takers. The likes of De Bruyne and Gundogan and people like that. If Rovers have got a queue of players that want to take a penalty, they're going to be knocking on the door saying, right, Armstrong's missed 2 seasons, I want to be on it. But I'm not looking at this Rovers side. Apart from Bradley Back, who else actually takes a penalty? So
Barry Douglas, maybe, when he's playing.
Jesus.
That's about it, though.
Oh.
David's taking on the Glenn role. I like it, David. Come on. We'll just get past this chance first. A knockout. It's a free kick on the right, deep in the Rovers half. Dax headed it away. Get it under armour.
Oh, my God. It's like, let's give him the ball back.
We've managed to just defend it out now. So can we build something? So Trav's just driving out of our half. Here we go.
Oh,
Come on, Tyrese.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
He needs to start games. He's so good. Oh, my God. Well, that's who you bring off for Rothwell at this point there.
He's not had a great game again.
Nope.
Tony Mowbray's blue one on me! Come on!
Oh.
Oh. Well, that's all my energy gone. That were it. That were it right there.
Oh, Ben, bring Lucas Neal back. He could score a pen. I always remember, though, that Sheffield United away game that was 0-0. Neal missed a penalty and Sheffield United missed 2 penalties. That was a class game for all the wrong reasons.
Let me just bring this up. Look at how many 1-0s are there. Forest games, always one team nil. A lot of times one team with 1. It's just a typical Forest home performance. They've already beat us 1-0 this year. It looks like they're going to do it again.
And on the other side last night, in the last 12 fixtures, only Middlesbrough have scored twice past them when they beat them 2-1.
Oh. It's not as frustrating as Wednesday for me because the season's more finished than Wednesday, so it matters less, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That makes
sense. Going into this game, so I don't care as much that we're not doing it.
Oh, see, that's a lovely ball. Just lack of understanding. Great touch.
It doesn't strike me as a coincidence that Dolan's come on and we've had a chance to equalise.
It happens every
game, but why not just start him? I don't get it. I really don't.
You think back to the earlier season. I think we chatted about it on another stream, whether it were a watch along or a pre-match. I'm not sure, but
that's a ball. But again, it's the bell.
No, I suppose so. Free kick, no. You think of Dolan running at defences, winning penalties, scoring goals, getting assists, like pivotal to most good things we were doing in the early season when we were scoring lots of goals and turning teams over.
I think players like Dolan, you know, we saw it from Armstrong in the first half and we saw it with Brereton right at the very start of the game. If you run at people and occupy people, it makes things happen. It creates spaces on the football pitch to then allow other players to do things. And that's what Dolan brings. It's that directness. It's that people getting worried. Like this is like now, how this is easy to defend against. How Rovers are set here. We need to be getting those players involved so that this shape that Forest are in gets broken up.
Oh, the ref again. How many times is he going to get in the way?
And now he's slowing the play down.
Shocking. And now we're back with the defence. It's an absolute joke, the refereeing standard in this division. And I know it's the first time it's actually hit him, but he's been theoretically in the way so many times today. Oh, why do we give him the ball? Every single attack is going through the worst player we've got on the pitch. It's shocking.
So for those of you not watching,
it's terrible.
Those of you not watching, Amari Bell is receiving the ball a lot at the moment, and unfortunately, you know, it's not sticking on him. Things aren't happening through him, and he's getting a lot of the ball today.
Big chance. Big chance.
That's a free kick. There we go. So this is a huge, huge chance for Rovers. We've got a free kick right on the edge of the box. It's on the edge of the D of the 18-yard line. Bradley Dack was fouled by Anthony Knockaert. And I'll tell you what, Bradley Dack has played Knockaert. He's played knockout at his own game there. Absolutely sensational. Brilliant.
Never a foul. I'd be so frustrated if that was given against us.
I'd like
to score it. This has to go in the net, really. Who do you want on it? Dak or Armstrong?
If I were Dak, I'd be screaming for it after that penalty.
He ever scored one? We know Armstrong got one against Leeds.
Yeah. Man, Armstrong will fancy this after pen miss. He'll want to make up for that.
Yeah. On the basis I've seen Armstrong bang it in before, I think I want Armstrong on it. But I agree that Bradley Dack should be right in his ear saying,
JJ Fizz, please don't do that. We really, really don't appreciate that. Please don't. Because we're pausing the stream so that people can keep up with us. And then you go and spoil it for us. It's really frustrating. I could be watching this downstairs and not have paused it and had known, but we're putting the effort in to try and do this to, it's just really frustrating that. Please don't.
And Ben, you don't have to keep it PG. You can put whatever you want in the chat, but we might not read it.
Yeah.
So John Buckley and Joe Rothwell are coming on for Rovers now. We're 84 minutes in. We'll just see who's going to come off.
I love that comment.
Subs haven't been made yet, so we'll wait and see.
I honestly don't know if people so far in front.
Hey,
I don't know if people are so far in front. I'm struggling to get up to speed with you guys. Never mind knowing that he's missed 30 seconds before he's missed.
You've hit that live button though, haven't you, on the bottom left?
Yeah.
Jacob from Lanks Live's getting frustrated on Twitter, says he's watched the penalty back and Samba takes about 10 steps off his line.
So we'll just see what happens with this free kick. So Forest, another one. Knockout's going to play it in again. He's gone for more flight on it towards the back post, and 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 spots the opportunity to grab it, and he does.
Now 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿's injured.
Oh my God.
Please no.
It's a good shout, that, Chris, actually. We know he likes one.
Alexander, we've got a great player who's good at free kicks sat on the bench at the moment, and that's Barry Douglas. And we've also got one on loan at Fleetwood Town.
Oh!
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So substitutions. Joe Rothwell is coming on for Lewis Travis. So we'll just see who John Buckley is going to come on for.
Both of the defensive. So Travanport are off.
Buckley on for Davenport.
Predictable, I guess.
I don't know where the shape's going to go now. I would predict us to concede another before full time.
I think he's just going to go for it now.
It's Hail Mary, isn't it?
Yeah, we might. For me, I will probably have a Rothwell as our deepest line midfielder and trying to drive when we're on the attack, and just I think we're probably going to play something like a 4-1.
It's an interesting point from David. I think it's the first time Nyambe's stayed on for the whole game in a while.
True.
Is it Samba Sow? Is it Samba Sow? I think it's Samba Sow. So knockout's coming off. I think it's Sow. Let's wait for the sub. So if that is Sow on for knockout, then they are going to see this game out in response to us.
One thing I'll say, just to note on this second half in isolation, I think they've been terrible as well. They've created nothing. They haven't attempted to create much.
Knockout
qualified. They've just, and if it wasn't for one goal in the first half that we could have closed down a bit better or whatever.
Well, Tyler Blackett, they really are going to sit this one out, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I think they'll probably be at 5 at the back now.
Yeah, Blackett seems to be in like a left wing back area. I think they'll go Figueiredo will tuck into a 3, won't he? I think they'll go 5 at the back now.
It's a bit of a nod to what you were saying earlier, Ryan, about and Joe as well with the graphic about the 1-0. They've clearly set up to score a goal, and then they've got no interest in capitalising on that. They just want to see out a win, which, you know, in this division, it's what you need to do. And unfortunately, we haven't for now 4 games.
Yeah.
And in January, to be fair, we were doing that. We were seeing out tight games. And it's that knife edge, and we're on the wrong side of it now. But it becomes an issue after 4 games, doesn't it? You can have a 1-game blip, but if you're on the wrong side of the knife edge for 4 games, then it's a problem.
What? Oh, someone's got to gamble on that. You've got to gamble.
It's Ribeiro who I was thinking would tuck in, not Figueiredo. I think Ribeiro will go.
Kieran, absolutely. As I'm reading your comment, I agree completely. I'm not saying that they don't deserve to win. They absolutely do. I'm just making comment on this half, saying how terrible the football's been just because they haven't really gone forward. They absolutely deserve to win. You're bang on.
We fashion something here. So Dolan very deep. You get a crossing note. It's back to Elliott.
I'll get it 2 to your comment there, Autumn Penkridge.
Well, we've had subs galore, so it's got to be at least 3.
We'll see.
It can't be 2, surely. I mean, there was the stoppage for Nyambi's injury as well. I'm going to say 4. Nyambi's injury and the subs, 4 minutes.
Really good from Bell there. I'll give him that. Nice movement. Get a ball in. Get a ball in. Ball.
But you're looking in the box.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Chance on the counter. Big chance.
Oh.
Forest breaking. So Lyle Taylor is going to keep this ball in. Yes, he is. Very deep in the Rovers half now. He's taking it into the corner. Branthwaite's with him.
Oh, my God. Not this. I don't want to see this for 5 minutes.
We're about to hit the 90-minute mark. FM Works. Wow, thank you, mate. You did a super chat last night as well. So FM Works is getting the rounds in. Drowning my sorrows.
Mate, we really appreciate that.
We're with you. I'm glad you're supporting us through this painful experience, FM Works. I'm going to have to retire.
Ryan, he's done in this game, Nyambi. That left hamstring is gone for Ryan Nyambi, so he's going to go off.
It's a long time, that.
Elliot Bennett's on. I've just seen him, actually. Bennett's just jogged down that touchline. Bennett's on for Nyambi.
Have we got more subs?
No, that's it now. That's the 5, isn't it?
Oh, right. I didn't know.
What we had, Dak, Rothwell, Dolan, Buckley, Bennett. That's the 5, isn't it? But yeah, cheers FM for that. Thank you, mate. We really do appreciate that. So we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. There's 3 more minutes of them to go.
Well done, Jared.
Welcome to another watch along.
Well, as you said, Luke, we really do appreciate everyone joining us and sharing the experience. It is hard work. It is painful, but we'll win, lose, and draw together. We will win again. I promise.
The thing is,
with a different manager, though.
The thing is, I mean, we sit here, we watch these games on our own, and it's difficult to sit and watch a 1-0 defeat on your own. But I mean, if we can watch it together and we can all moan together and we can all, you know, this is bad, that's bad, that might be quite good. It's just like being on the terraces, and it's that one step closer. It's absolutely not being on the terraces, but it's that one step closer to maybe maybe us being back to football. So if you can sit here and enjoy it with us, you know, that's the main thing. That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
I said enjoy. I use that term very, very loosely. Exactly. It's better to suffer together than apart.
I will say again, as I did on Wednesday, if this is the last game, then, you know, thanks for everything to the manager and stuff. But I can't see it being, really, because if Wednesday wasn't enough, I don't see how this will be enough.
I don't think we've been particularly poor. Maybe we score that penalty. It's a different game. It's a very Forest performance. We're just struggling to break teams down that we know are gonna come for do the scrappy things. And
Results business, though, isn't it? That's the
problem. Absolutely. That is what it is. We've got to start winning games. We saw it happening in January. In January, we were making it happen. We were winning them scuffy games. Like I say, other side of the knife edge. We've got in a real rut here, and we need to get out of it fast.
Come on, we've got
just
1 minute
second
around.
I'm fearing a certain irony now of Coventry at home. Wouldn't it be ironic if that was his last game?
Yeah, absolutely would.
Again, our attacks are just coming through. Amari Bell. We'll have a corner though.
Got me brother getting in there on the Connie Kimberley corner.
So here we go. Rovers fans, there are 30 seconds left in this game. Rovers have the corner. Ollie James. If you're there, Ollie James, Ǩ𝐿, is he going to come up?
Don't bell.
Is he there? He is there. He's there. Ǩ𝐿.
Come on, Tommy K.
Let's have it.
I'm not looking at the comments.
Give them a free kick.
Ǩ𝐿 foul. Ǩ𝐿 with the foul as the corner comes in. He's fouled Ryan Yates here. Yeah, he's barged him out the way.
Go on!
That's it.
Thomas Ǩ𝐿 going full MMA to finish the game off.
So it's looking like it's going to be a defeat, Rovers fans. We're over the 4 minutes now. I think when this gets kicked forward, that's going to be it. Mowbray is looking like a dejected figure on the touchline. But yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us again on the watch along today. We've said it, all of us have said it. We really do appreciate your support. Those of you that have done the super chat as well to support the channel, we appreciate that as well. It really does help us invest in bringing you the content and everything that we need to do. So thank you all. And yeah, we'll keep doing it. Win, lose or draw. We'll keep doing the content. We'll keep providing the balanced opinion and weighing everything up. And we'll be live with the post-match stream at about 5:15, as we usually are. We'll just need a little bit of time just to turn everything round.
A lovely comment there from Will Belfield as well. It's a Forest fan, I believe, reading that. And best watch-along I've ever seen. So that's nice to hear. I suppose it's easier when your team's winning, though, as well, Will.
That's it. So Rovers fans, that is the full-time whistle now. It is the match over. We've lost 1-0. The missed penalty has turned out to be a critical moment in the game. Let us know your instant thoughts in the comments now. I'll pick up the best of those. But please do join us on the post-match live stream if you can as well. We'll try and dissect that game. It's might feel a bit like Groundhog Day on the post-match stream. You know, we do try and unpick the game. We'll try and cover the detail of it. But there is obviously a huge cloud over the club now in terms of what happens with the manager. What do we do? Where do we go? You know, these are questions that the fans are going to need answers to, because it really is a shame. Everything feels so right off the pitch, and on the pitch, we're not getting what we want as fans. So that's it. It's finished 1-0 Forest Rovers. Lou, just give us your initial thoughts. You're going to be on the post-match, but initial thoughts from you.
That's disappointment. I mean, like you said, Groundhog Day. We can try and put a positive spin on that, but how else do you look at it really now? It's 4 defeats in February, 4 defeats on the spin. We could have seen this coming, really. You're always positive, aren't you, going into the game, and now, I mean, you look back on it, and really, it's just an overriding emotion of disappointment. You could have had we could have scored that penalty and maybe looking at a different game, but the reality of it is we've got beat 1-0. the what ifs, the buts. We can go over that all day, but it's another defeat and it's disappointing.
It is, and Joe,
fair play to Ethan. 500 quid on the Rovers Select. Fair play, mate. Well done.
Good effort.
Very
well
good
done,
effort.
Ethan. Joe, I can see by the look on your face that you're disappointed. You're not on the post-match stream, so just give us your instant thoughts about that and just what your feelings are as a fan at the moment.
I don't know what to say. Same as Wednesday. Same every game. But I'm less disappointed because I didn't think anything other than that would happen, really. I'm just waiting now for the change to come. And whether they wait another 3 games or not, I don't really get that. Either the change is necessary or it isn't. And it'll come if it comes. So, yeah.
It's getting boring now, to say the least.
Yeah, I would just say I'm indifferent to it now. I'm just expecting it. So it is what it is.
So I'll just pick out some of the comments that we've had. Rovers fans, as I say, we will do the post-match live stream at about 5:15. So I'll just run through some very quick comments, then we'll end this stream. David, tough one, started brightly. Forest then dominated the rest of the first half. Second half, not great. Few good chances. Taylor, then the penalty, obviously, for us. Tough one, really, but not a surprise. On to Watford. Connie, thank you. We do love the watch-alongs. It does make it more bearable, believe it or not. Thank you for joining us.
That's my brother, that via my sister-in-law. He's here every week, every game.
Hi, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone that donated financially as well. We do really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we do. Ben, what ifs and maybes just not good enough anymore? And Ben, that is the ultimate bottom line, isn't it? We are ultimately not good enough anymore in terms of the standards that the manager set before the season, in terms of what this squad should be achieving with the squad depth that we've got, with the quality of player that we've got. Absolutely, it's not good enough anymore. So that is a really fair summary that you've given there.
Unfortunately,
Kieran, sorry, Joe,
unfortunately, Tony's written his own P60 by, going for the playoffs in the first place.
Yeah. Kieran, he'll be there till the end of the season. Hopefully he does the right thing and walk away, give Damo a chance before the end of the season. So there's just the only niggle I've got about the Damian Johnson thing, there's 2 things. One is, if we do give it to Johnson until the end of the season and he doesn't do very well, I'd like to think he could go back into a role that he's in now because he's clearly doing something well. So is that possible? Are we able to do that without annoying Damian Johnson as a person? What do you think, Luke? Do you think that that's possible with doing that?
I think that's the only way to go, to give it Johnson, really. If we got rid of Mowbray, I think financially, you look at what we're doing behind the scenes now to raise finances and move forward. We don't have the finances to throw at a game-changing manager. You see names like Nigel Atkins get thrown about and stuff, and they're the sort of managers that are desperate for jobs and might come for lesser money. But do we want to go into that? Absolutely not. So the reality of it is that, if we bring someone like Damian Johnson in and try and change things, maybe bring through some of the youth and stuff, but it's difficult to say because there's a lot to burden on Damian Johnson's shoulders as well. So, I mean, where do you go? Where do you go from here? That is the tough
That's
thing.
It. And then I think the second thing I was going to say about the Johnson thing, our next 10 fixtures are difficult. We did it on the post-match live stream. We've got all of those teams in the top half to play at home and away. So are we asking too much of Johnson with those fixtures as well? I'd hate to set him up for something. So I've just got a couple of niggles about Johnson, but I can see the theory. I absolutely can. But, the longer this goes on, the longer we have a manager in play that the fans clearly don't rate, possibly the players don't rate anymore, is that actually a productive thing to do anymore? Who knows? And I'll just give the final comment to FM Works. Thank you, FM. Well done, lads. Always fun to watch despite not winning yet. Mowbray, well, I say no more. We'll keep doing the watch-alongs, win, lose or draw. Hey? 4-4-2. We will keep doing the watch-alongs, win, lose or draw. We will keep providing the content, win, lose or draw. You can rely on us to do that. So thank you all for joining us. Just a couple of plugs then before we do end this one. If you do want to join us on the post-match live stream, let me just hide that comment so that you can actually see it. Do call into our show a bit later on. We're begging for you to join us. FM Works himself has done it. Send a DM to rovers_chat on Twitter. Come and join us. Have your say. We're a friendly bunch. You've seen how we do it. So you can make your point and ask questions of the panel. So do come on. Send that message to Dan on the Rovers Chat Twitter account. And if you're not part of the Discord server, a link is in the description below. That provides, you know, a daily, hourly way of interacting with other Rovers fans, a lot who are on these live streams and things as well. So join our Discord server and you can chat about all things Rovers and everything like that. So there we go, Joe. You're not on the post-match stream, so I hope you are able to salvage an evening after that. But I just want to say thank you for joining us today and all that stuff.
No offense, I will not be watching. I need a break from all of it.
You can have a break. What I do want to say, Joe, that stuff you did about the training centre and just showing that visually, really appreciated that earlier. You just showcased that in a really good way. So thank you for that, mate. No and Luke, we'll have a quick turnaround, 10 minutes. Yeah, you'll be back to be on the post-match live stream.
Absolutely. Stick with us, guys. You know, we'll go through it the best we can, obviously, like we always do. But, you know, overriding emotion and disappointment, no doubt. But here we are. We'll chat about it. We'll try and make ourselves all feel better. We need to salvage something out of Saturday night in lockdown, don't we? So,
hey. There we go. So I will leave everyone, as we usually do, with our sponsor message from 6yardsout.com. Enjoy the rest of your evening if you don't join us on post-match. If you are joining us, we'll see you in about 10 minutes. See you later.
Oh,
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.